Billy, let me ask you a question. Something I've been wondering is, do you eat pussy?
Oh.
Because you got a big neck. You got a thick neck. It seems like it could handle some pussy eating. But something about you said, maybe the camo Crocs is what it is. Tell me you don't eat pussy. So can I ask you that, and what would you say?
On today's Pardon My Take, our good friend Stavros Halkias in studio, hour-long interview, very, very funny. If you don't know who he is, he's one of the funniest comedians out there. He's got a special coming out on Sunday. So listen, though, it was PFT and I both walked away being like, that's an interview AWLs are going to love. We're going to talk Game 7. The Celtics survive. They're going to Golden State for Thursday night's start of the NBA Finals. Recap of the weekend. Also on the other side of Stav, we'll talk a little hockey and the Joc Pederson, Tommy Pham feud, which might be the funniest feud that's ever happened. And we are brought to you by our friends at Visible. What would you do with extra money? You'd save from switching to Visible. You could pay $60 with some carriers, but with Visible, it's as low as $25 a month. Think about what you could do with that extra cash. Visible is perfect for singles with extra money. You could take someone on a date, or maybe just live your single life and buy yourself some dinner. Speaking of singles, what do you guys think was the single best play from last night's game? Jake, what was the single best play from last night's game?
Of course, it's the overturned 3 where Strus's line wasn't out of bounds.
Oh, okay. We're going to get to that. All right. Who's the single best player? Hank.
Jason Tatum.
Okay. So, Visible, if you're single and you were looking to save money, maybe have a better budget month to month, be able to take someone out to a nice dinner, go get Visible right now. It's as low as $25 a month. Switch to Visible at visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Comparison to a single line with unlimited data at other major carriers. For plan and network details, see visible.com/pod. Thank you to Visible for being the presenting sponsor. Pardon my take. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Visible. Go to visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Today is Tuesday, May 31st, the rare Tuesday PMT show, and the Celtics are going to the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat are dead. Boys, we got something special to recap. What a weekend. What a weekend.
Yeah, the games were awesome, and congratulations, Hank.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Yes, and Liam.
You finally, and Bubba too. You guys overcame the Jake curse. We thought it would never be broken. We thought he was just destined to continue winning and dominating all of us for forever.
I'm happy I don't have to put a future on the Dolphins now.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Although I do believe in Tua. Yeah, crazy Game 7. I mean, we'll let you guys hop right into it. I know that speaking to Hank a little bit before the show, he almost died in that last 2 minutes because I don't know who would have missed this game, but if you missed the game, the Celtics were basically in control the entire game. And then with 3 minutes left, Marcus Smart hit 2 free throws to go up 13, and he then missed his next 5 shots, and the Heat hit everything, and it all came down to Jimmy Butler in transition, shooting a 3-pointer with 11 seconds left to potentially send the Heat to the NBA Finals. He front iron rimmed it, and your life flashed in front of your eyes, and now the Celtics, who I think we all can agree were the better team in this series, but the Heat, like, up until the end, just kept on saying we're tough as fuck and we're never going to give up, and they just never died.
Well, because at the end of this game was kind of like the perfect recipe, too, where it's like Jimmy Butler doing the thing where he's like, fuck it, I'm Jimmy Butler, I'm going to do whatever I want, and then Marcus Smart being like, I'm deputizing myself as being first-team All-NBA for the last 2 minutes of the game. I'm the clutch player on this team. I'm going to take every shot. And it was almost heartbreaking. But I agree with you. I think the better team won. And I think that going into this final, I feel like the Celtics are a pretty tough matchup for the Warriors.
Yes. Well, yeah, we definitely got to get to that. I'll defend Marcus Smart in those last few minutes. Every shot was open. Like, it's one thing to take shots that are rushed or shots that, are contested, but they were very clearly like, we're not going to let Jason Tatum shoot here. We're not going to let Jaylen Brown shoot. Marcus Smart, you have open shots. You have to take them. He missed them, but you survived. So, Hank, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, we haven't even talked about Friday night, obviously, at the game, hoping for confetti. Marcus Smart did take some shots in that game, which were like, I didn't know what was going on. He was like isolation ball, doesn't pass, takes a crazy like step back three. Last night, though, Sunday night, was obviously like with a bunch of friends going crazy. It was just it was a lot. Game 7 take a lot out of you. The Jimmy Butler three, I thought was going in 100 times out of 100.
Yeah,
that just felt like the way it was like, oh, this game's pretty much over. They have to hit this shot, and then like, oh, they have to get a stop, and they got to stop. They have to hit this shot. It was like, this is happening. This felt like it was all happening.
The crazy part about that Jimmy Butler shot is like it's not a good shot for Jimmy Butler to take it because he's not that great of a three-point shooter. But at the end of the game, if it's like one guy that you would trust on that team, if it's not Hero, who's obviously dealing with his groin, but like Jimmy Butler, when he shoots it, you feel like it's going in because he's a guy that loves to just kill people.
Right.
And so that felt like that's the ultimate dagger from Jimmy Butler.
And I saw some people being like, that's a bad shot. It's like, dude, for one, it's wide open. It's a wide open shot. Like, it was as wide open as you get. You could say, oh, he should have attacked Al Horford. I also think there's part of Jimmy Butler's like, I want to end this right now. Obviously, the Celtics would have still had a possession, but the Heat were out of gas. Jimmy Butler played 48 minutes. He played the entire game. The Heat were completely out of gas. He's trying to end it right there. I have no problem.
No.
I would like to go down swinging like that if you're a Heat fan, being like, Jimmy Butler taking that shot. Who cares about, whether he's a good three-point shooter or not? I want him taking that shot.
I also think that there should be an award that goes to the best player on the losing team. We were talking earlier about how Jerry West got it back in the finals. He was the last player to be awarded the finals MVP.
Yeah, in a losing effort.
There should be like a most valuable loser.
Yeah.
Of each term, not because like I think it's something that needs to be really awarded, but I want to see how the players like react to being handed that trophy and the different ways that they discard the trophy immediately.
Yes,
like I'm sure
out.
if you gave it to Jimmy Butler, he would just spike it on the ground.
He'd be
and walk
so
away.
mad.
He'd break it instantly.
Yes. All right. So Jake, from your perspective, were you okay with Jimmy Butler taking that shot?
Absolutely. He's the only reason the series got to 7. He got zero
True.
help. If he got any help, the Heat win the series in 5 or 6.
Max Strus was. I mean, they actually. I'm so happy I don't have to watch Kyle Lowry play anymore. That guy is like, he's the worst. He is literally the worst. He's
just what people think Marcus Smart is.
He just runs.
He's now the defensive player of the year.
He just runs into people. I swear, if Kyle Lowry spent like maybe even half as much time complaining, he would be double the player. And he's a very good player. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but he just complains about every single possession, no matter what.
I just love his body type. His body type is like the old Mike Tolbert body, where he looks like proportionally exactly the same as a gummy bear.
Yeah,
just like a little chunky. He's spilling out of like every single turn of the uniform. Like wherever there's any sort of tight fabric, you're going to get that little spare tire around the edge. It's always shocking to me when I see him do something athletic. But yeah, he's like addicted to flopping.
Yeah,
he just loves, like when it's him and Marcus Smart going up against each other. They both flop, they both fall to the ground, and they both get up and pretend to cry for a second.
Yes,
and then they just turn the page, go on to the next play.
I saw someone tweeted it was might have been retweeted because it was probably from a couple of years ago. But basically, Kyle Lowry is every girl's goals because he's got an ass and a ring. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like he's got a fucking dump truck.
Chicks
and
love
he's got
asses.
A ring. Yeah. No, chicks like to have asses.
Oh, they like. Got it.
Yes,
got it.
yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah. So like,
and they like rings.
Just Kyle Lowry
yes.
in general is
yes,
goals. Got
yes,
it.
right. He is goals. But he's so annoying. And so, all right. So Jake, I mean, that was pretty devastating to have that like flirtation with a comeback.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to happen. It would have been, and it might sound hyperbolic afterwards, 24 hours after, but I do think it would have been one of the worst losses ever. If the Celtics had somehow blown that. Because it was one of those weird moments where the game was over, the announcers were talking like the game was over, and then just enough random weird things happened. We're like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it could have been poof, gone if Jimmy Butler hits that three.
So you're definitive though that the heel was not down. You think
Yeah,
that there was
well,
Max
here's the thing.
You could slide a $1 bill underneath his heel?
Absolutely. There's a few layers to this. First, apparently they were reviewing it to see if it was a 2 or a 3.
Right.
So that triggered it,
Yep.
which is absurd
Yep.
because if you're out of bounds on the sideline,
Yeah, you gotta
you're
pick
obviously
one.
not close
Right.
to being on the 3-point line.
That thing was very like I didn't know that they were allowed to just take points 5 minutes later.
yeah.
Like
well,
away.
they do that sometimes in like media timeouts and change it from a 2 to a 3.
Right.
But
right.
I've never seen them go out of bounds.
Just
and-
completely take it
minus
away.
3
What's the
is
statute of
crazy.
limitations? Like, can they wait until after the game's over? And
Right.
they
I've
never
review
seen
it
that
later?
before. I have no
never
clue.
Seen, so
it did cost us the over.
It did. It fucking did.
By
'cause
a point.
It missed by a point.
And potentially the series and potentially NBA history.
okay,
It is
so-
NBA rigged. Now, you could put on the conspiracy theory hat and be like, well, they're awarding the Larry Bird trophy for the first time ever after the game. They probably want to see the Boston Celtics win it. Let's get on the phone with wherever it is, like New Jersey. And Secaucus. Yeah, have Secaucus talk us through this and see if we can't get rid of it's like calling up Raffensperger and be like, I need 36,000 votes.
Yes.
That's what they said. They're like, I need the Celtics to make sure that we win this game here.
It's just I've never seen that.
Yeah,
It never happened before.
I do think you can't play the game of like the game. The butterfly effect when people are like, well, they almost like without the foul they lost by 2.
Oh yeah,
right?
no,
They're
I'm
like-
not saying that's the
Yeah,
reason they lost, but
everything
it could have
changes,
changed. Yeah,
right,
it still
right,
changes,
right.
but I'm not saying that's an excuse. Like the Celtics were better.
Hank, would you like
So-
to apologize for the Max Strus 3 taken away?
No.
Okay,
Absolutely
good.
not.
Okay, so
I don't want you. To
I saw some
apologize.
Celtics fans saying that was a crazy thing.
Well,
to do.
that's a very Jake Martian
Yes.
thing to do.
yeah. If it was reverse,
Yeah, Hank,
would've-
you should have
didn't he?
apologized there.
Yeah.
You had a moment there to be Jake Marsh, and you didn't take it.
So
Well,
I'm
no,
not.
if it was reversed, I would have been like, it's the right call because his foot was clearly on the line.
No, but you should have just taken that moment and just shoved Jake, like shown Jake what it's like to be like, you know what? I wish they had given him that 3. It would have been right.
Yeah,
And
then
I
you would have
win.
lost by 1 instead of 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
yeah,
not
those
a
people
I'm not
who
a
actually
math
mean
major.
that is crazy.
I don't
that's
like-
not- you
I
can't
mean,
just
that's
add
just
points.
math.
I can't do the. I'm not that good at addition, but I'm pretty sure that even if that 3-pointer had counted, they
Well,
won by wait, how many points?
4.
4 points.
But they
And so
did
that
foul
shot
at
was
the
worth
end.
3 points.
But they fouled at the end. That's what people are. Again, it's a very stupid. It's,
Yeah.
it's very stupid whenever someone's like something that happened in the first quarter directly. Like then you could be like, oh, that's basically the points that we would have had. No, everything would have played out differently.
Yeah. And by the time that they reviewed it, the score was like way lopsided again, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very deflating for the Heat.
It is good though. In a weird way, it's good for Heat fans to have one thing to point at, to be like, we got fucked.
Yeah.
Because it lets you not realize that there's so much else that goes into it. As long as you're just like, if they call that differently on Max Strus, totally different ball game. We probably win.
Right.
Could have been, yeah. But not the only.
The video of Haslam after the game was very, very funny.
Where he was just so mad and disappointed. Like, dude, you haven't played in forever.
No, 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 no.
He also had just perfected. I was laughing every time they showed him because he had just the most disappointed father face. Every time they went to the sideline, he'd just be looking at the refs, so upset. And he definitely walked like straight to the shower to make it look like, oh, I was out there grinding with the boys.
Yeah, his last season's over as a player.
You think?
I would
Never say
assume
never.
so.
It'd be very funny if the Heat just gave him a max deal. Just
Yeah.
like lifetime contract.
Juwan
There you
Howard
go.
did this during the Big 3 era. He was a player.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. By the way, credit to Al Horford. The most playoff games I think ever played without getting to the finals. That's a pretty cool storyline. And he also, Al Horford, he's just got old man strength where like there were so many times where Bam would try to like get around him or through him and he just wouldn't let it happen. And so, all right, so
There was one other thing that happened
Yeah.
before the game that might have changed the outcome of it. Jason Tatum sent a text
Yes.
before the game, and he texted Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant.
yeah.
He texted Kobe Bryant's old number and said, "I got this."
So, I mean,
How
Kobe Android guy? Is that what's going on here?
Was the
Green
bubble green or
bubbles.
blue? It was green.
Billy, don't
Yep.
respond to that like
Stand
that.
down.
I was being like that. What I said was real.
Stand down, Billy. How does that work
Billy was just gonna fucking correct me.
with
You're like, dude, he's dead. He doesn't have a
I have a fucked up question.
How does it work with
Okay.
phone numbers though? Like,
Yeah.
does your phone number eventually get recycled to somebody else? Is somebody out there
I don't
getting
know.
That was my
Kobe's
question.
texts?
I like the Jason Tatum. He was wearing the Kobe armband. I think that's all very cool. I was a little weirded out that he shared the text afterward. That feels
Yeah.
like a very private thing. That like
Between who?
him and Kobe's cell phone.
It's like the most private thing that you can do. Is
Right.
Text
Text a
somebody
dead guy.
who's dead.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a smarter child.
Right, and just
What if
Imagine if Kobe had responded
I
and
was
been
gonna
like,
say,
dude,
what if
what a
somebody,
game.
What if somebody
Well, yeah,
got
it'd be
that
like-
number
it'd be like the,
and then they're getting all these texts for Kobe and they're writing back?
Yeah, they're like, you should have been more assertive in game 5, 6.
Yeah, what if it's somebody that like really knows ball that's getting these
It's
texts?
like,
and
bro,
it's like,
look for your shot more in the fourth quarter.
yeah, you're losing your legs on your mid-range jump shots in the fourth. You need to hit the gym.
Yeah.
Do some squats.
That would actually be great if someone, some
Be like the
random
NFL team like group text messages from NFL memes.
dude. Yes, yes. What were you going to say, Billy?
No, I saw a Reddit thread about someone who was receiving someone else's like dead mother's text and just didn't have the heart to respond.
Yeah. I have texts from someone, I like Jerome is the person's name, and I get texts all the time, but it's always like automated ones, so it's not actual people. But it's weird because it'll be like, hey, have you? Oh no, I think you guys were around when I responded to one that was like, hey, can you pick up an extra shift? And I replied, and I was like, no.
Yeah, they got very confused.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
They should just program it so that Kobe's phone just replies with the snake emoji back.
Yes,
just Mamba
yes,
mentality
every
all the time.
All right, so before we talk about the Warriors and the Celtics, Billy, we just realized, also has a lot at stake now. Going in, we shift from Jake to Billy. Billy forgot that he has to go vegan if Jason Tatum wins Finals MVP.
There's literally a lot at stake.
A lot at stake. Billy has gone through the entire range of motions with us before we started taping, where it starts with him being like, can you guys pay for this? And then it's like,
How can I
can't-
cheat?
Yeah, how can I cheat? I literally can't. It will kill me. Is it illegal?
How did Billy get himself in this situation?
Hank,
Good question.
Hank did have a great line when Billy was like, I need to be compensated some way. And Hank was like, well, every 2 weeks you get a paycheck, and that's very nice. But yeah, so when we had John Sally on, noted vegan, John Sally said Jason Tatum, if he wins the Finals MVP, Billy was obviously telling him veganism is stupid, which I agree with you, Billy. And then the bet was made that if Jason Tatum wins the Finals MVP, Billy has to do vegan for a month.
I checked the odds on it, and I thought it was going to be more like plus like 300, plus 500. It's plus
He is
150.
he is the best player on their team.
So
He's their best player.
it's a coin flip, basically.
And so you'd have to be vegan during
no.
the 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst month ever to be vegan. 4th of July.
I would say
all of
Thanksgiving's
July.
worse.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No,
yeah,
but you're not
November's worse.
grilling all
No,
through.
I
Forgot
forgot
about all of July
outdoor
after 4th
grilling.
of July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
there's
all of July.
Well,
There's 4th of July.
Yeah, there's 4th
There's
of July.
4th of July.
And then there's
and then all of
the
July.
5th of July, then the 6th of July.
Yeah, it's just prime grilling time.
Right.
So
But
that's
you
when
can. Good news is you can grill mushrooms. You can slice up a
Carrots.
nice
Dude,
mushroom.
fucking cauliflower.
Farm to table.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing as a steak. You
By the
close
way,
your eyes, you won't tell the difference.
So many people are sending me recipes that just aren't vegan. One dude was like, "Yo, dude, quesadillas with beans." I'm like, "Dude, for fucking cheese."
Yeah.
Cheese.
No, Jake was like, at least you can have pizza.
Yeah.
I was like, "Jake, I'm gonna kill you."
Wait, but Billy, actually, wouldn't July be one of the best months because all the vegetables are in,
Watermelon.
That's
yeah.
when you like corn,
Good corn in the summertime.
like delicious corn,
Sweet corn.
dude, the best corn.
No butter, though. You can't put butter on it.
You should actually go one step further. You should just grow everything that you like. You can't eat anything you don't grow yourself.
How about we do this? So like, it's
like-
like the Zuckerberg rule where like maybe Billy can have meat, but only if he kills the
Yes,
animal
I'm in for
with his
that.
bare
Oh
hands.
yeah, I'm in for that.
Billy's gonna
I'm
kill
curious to know
someone's
how.
dog.
Yeah, you're gonna
God
farm
damn
your
it.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm gonna go to the halal butcher place and then just ask to kill all the chickens and eat them myself.
Is that how it works? They just let anybody go in there and kill
There's
Yeah,
them?
no
actually-
regulations.
I'll be like, "Yo, let me kill this bird or buy them live." Mm-hmm. Like I've bought live chickens plenty of times.
Okay.
Yeah. You
So-
can't fuck them to death. you
And
know
then
that.
what?
Then I'm gonna kill them.
You didn't kill the other ones.
Or did
Which
you?
ones?
No, the hawk did.
No, the hawk did.
You've bought, yeah, right. You said you bought live chickens, but you were like implying that you've killed them.
Yeah. No,
All
I
right,
didn't.
Billy.
Yeah, Billy, would
now
it be gross to-
I'm
yeah.
in Billy's brain right now, and I'm watching him like figure out ways to skirt the rule book on
Yeah,
this.
don't do this rule.
You can't buy chickens and then purposely leave them out so a hawk kills them and then eat the chicken.
No,
afterwards.
I would kill the chicken myself.
What about a frog that you fucked to death? Would you then eat it?
frog's legs? Granui.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah, no,
here.
I literally will look like Christian Bale in The Machinist at the end of this month because I won't be able to source vegan food. You can't just Uber Eats vegan food.
Yeah, you definitely
you
can.
absolutely can.
In New York City,
100% can.
that's the one thing they say
that's
about New
gonna
York City.
make
It's a
me
great
broke.
city, but you can't find vegan food
Yeah,
anywhere.
It might be the
so
only
expensive.
place in the world that you can get vegan within 15 minutes.
It's
It's probably
like-
easier to be a vegan here than not.
It's probably going to be $40. I'm not going to be even full.
Here comes we're going back, circling back to the
And
money.
I think if I eat vegan for a month, I think I should be able to expense all the meals.
I don't know.
Disagree.
That's a question
Yeah.
for Hank in the
I'm going to
expense account.
disagree.
Yeah,
I'm going to disagree.
it's going to be super expensive.
I don't think it's
No,
going to be that expensive.
Just buy beans.
yeah.
Buy
Just eat salad.
Beans are literally the cheapest food on the planet.
That's true.
Make a spreadsheet, show the difference between a regular meal and vegan meal, and maybe we'll cover the difference.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm sure that is going to be a meticulously
yeah, that's-
curated spreadsheet.
I
it's
will
going to be
look
as
at
honest as it gets.
my Uber Eats. By the way, I mean we'll look at my Uber Eats orders from before and then the first week, and I will show you hundreds of dollars in discrepancy.
okay,
okay.
great.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will be very honest.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Expense
looking
reports.
forward to it because I think low-key Billy might get more shredded on the vegan diet.
I said that, yeah.
He's going to lose a lot of this fat, and he might get addicted to being vegan.
Yeah. it might be
What
good
if,
for you.
What if you ended the month and your bench press max went up so you could finally bench more than me, and you got a six-pack by
bench more
eating
than you
vegan?
already. No, what's going to happen is I'm going to lose a ton of weight, and then people are going to start calling me Billy 8-Ball again and think I'm on drugs.
Is cocaine vegan?
I think there's people die.
Do you think there's a chance that the soy will make your hands even softer?
No, they're going to give me tits like you. And it's gonna be terrible.
At least
He's
you can
not
drink
bad,
Guinness,
folks.
though. You love Guinness.
I can't drink Guinness.
Why not?
Guinness isn't vegan.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I literally could have gotten away with just drinking I can drink Coors Light though.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just gonna drink Coors Light.
that would be fun.
And when I'm hammered, it's because of you guys.
Great.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great spin zone.
Yeah.
My
You'll
bosses
find
are
your-
kind of forcing me to stay
Yeah.
drunk for the entire month because I'm not allowed to eat meat, and the only way I can forget
I
how
s-
sad I am is by getting blind drunk.
Yeah, can I sue Barstool for just making me an alcoholic? Okay, so Warriors Celtics. Hank, how are we feeling?
Nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a great series.
I like
I'm very
the
excited
Celtics.
for this series.
I just get worried the Celtics have, had so many points with careless turnovers and just crazy,
Yep.
unexplainable plays. And the Warriors are obviously the Warriors. They have all the experience. They've been here before. So there's just, and obviously it's, one play here, one play there makes a difference between winning and losing. And that's what I get worried about, where it's I could see the Celtics losing one or two games just with inexplicable bad decisions.
I agree. I think they're very even teams. I think it's gonna be a great series. But I was thinking about it, and the Celtics, they were better than the Bucks without Middleton, and they were better than the Heat, and both those series went 7. And they kind of made they made mistakes along the way where it's what the hell? They should put this team away. If you do that with the Warriors, you're dead. That's where I think it's got to be. You can't mess around with the Warriors. You can't be we'll have a game with 15 turnovers and hope it works the next game, because they obviously have done it before. And the Warriors have if you read anything from after their clinching game, it's hard for a team with that much success to be as hungry as they are. They have we're trying to prove it to everyone, not only just KD and Kyrie, who we should mention were trending after Game 7 because both guys left the respective NBA Finals teams to team up and get bounced.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of lineup the Warriors go with, if they're going to go with the death lineup or not.
Well, and they
are
also
you going to go death, or are you going to do Looney? Or are you going to put Looney in there to get some rebounds?
And they actually are getting the reverse of what's happened the last couple series where guys have been out. They're getting guys back. I think Otto Porter, Gary Payton Jr., and Andre Iguodala are supposed to play at some point in this
AI?
series.
Yeah, AI is coming
the original
back.
AI. Yeah.
I just feel I don't know. A lot's going to depend on the matchups, and I think that the Warriors want to go with the death lineup again, which is just fun to say and fun to talk about. But I feel if they try to go small, the Celtics could end up bullying them a little bit.
But
then what happens on offense?
right, you
It's
can't
crazy,
go.
guys.
If you go small and you have shooters everywhere, the Celtics can't put two bigs out. Which Robert Williams is hurt, very hurt. Would
Almost
you agree?
constantly.
Like but it's crazy that he was even playing in that Game 7 because there were moments where guys were going around him and by him, and he like you could just tell he couldn't move.
He had a sequence, I don't know if they showed it on TV on Friday night, where he did 3, like he did as high as he could jump for a dunk, landed, did it again, landed, did it again. It was one of the most impressive, like, athletic feats I've ever seen. Like, basically did it 3 straight box jumps, but like him jumping as high as he could, and then he was gassed, and then he didn't really like come back after.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like a CrossFit workout.
Yeah.
It was,
No, but his knee
but it
is
was like you
fucked.
just saw his hand go flying, and it was like he did it so fast. It was unbelievable.
All right, so
but
what-
I think he's hurt.
Yeah. And the fact that the Celtics are now going
He's just a constant, though. You know, he gets hurt, then they can come back for one game for momentum, then he gets hurt.
The Celtics going now 2 straight hard-fought 7-game series, and then they have to go play the Warriors in San Francisco on Thursday night, who have been sitting at home for a week now.
They have the youth. You guys, this is a storyline podcast, right?
Yep.
I got a fun one for this series.
All right.
91 finals. Jordan and Pippen knocked off the Lakers, who were in their finals for the 6th time in 8 years and won 3 titles over that span. Tatum and Brown faced the Warriors, who were in the finals for the 6th time in 8 years, have won 3 titles over that span.
Interesting.
That would be a fun storyline.
That's a fun storyline.
That is a very fun
Are these
storyline.
Celtics the new version of the Bulls?
Got to start
Is
Is
somewhere.
this the
Get
start of
there.
a dynasty right
Yeah.
now?
You got to start somewhere.
You also have the revenge that they beat every team that they lost to in the last 3 playoffs. The Celtics did. So they beat the Nets, who they lost to last year, right?
Yep.
They beat the Heat, who they lost to in the bubble, and they beat the Bucks, who they lost to in 2018. So you got to figure out when they last lost to the Warriors.
You also got to start getting your story straight for the people that are going to, because they are going to come, the people who say this is a Mickey Mouse run. Because you played against the Nets, they're missing Ben Simmons. They were banged up. You played against the Bucks, missing Middleton. You played against the Heat. Half their team was injured at the end.
I think it's the opposite has been said, but yeah.
What, the Mickey Mouse?
No, they're saying like Jason Tatum's going through KD, Giannis,
No, but
and Jimmy Butler.
you gotta
It's
be
gonna
ready.
one of the best runs ever.
You got to be ready for the Mickey Mouse guys, because they'll be there. They're waiting for it.
the LaFrauds.
The LaFrauds, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you're
No,
what's,
that's kind of like a circle Venn diagram.
yeah. What's your prediction?
Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6. So will you be on the wood when they hoist
God willing.
hoist the trophy?
God willing. I wasn't there
Wow.
Friday, but
Okay.
Celtics in 6. All right.
what do you guys think?
I think Celtics in 7.
I think Warriors in 7. I think it's gonna be a really good series, though.
Watch it be like a sweep.
Yeah, I know.
All games
One
are
way or
20
the other.
points. Yeah.
I just something about a Game 7 winning another Game 7 on the road. Yeah, and I don't know. There's like everything I've read about this Warriors, like after they beat the Mavs, and like the 3 guys basically being committed to each other throughout all these injuries, and saying like, we're gonna be back here. This is gonna be it. Like, we're gonna win one more. That would really be something, though. If, like, I know KD has mentioned on Twitter that he doesn't care what other people say about this, but it has to eat at him a little bit if the Warriors win this.
Oh, for sure.
And
yeah,
they're
he's
like-
definitely rooting for the Celtics.
Yeah, and just be like, okay, so they, like, people are saying basically, oh, they traded, they got Andrew Wiggins for KD and they're back in the finals.
Yeah,
Like,
are the Warriors better without KD?
it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. Okay, Billy and Jake, you want to have a prediction?
Warriors in 6, and then I'm going to eat a shit ton of meat in Boston.
Wow.
Right in
Flex
their
on 'em.
face.
Wow. Everyone's just gonna be like, who's this dude? Why is he eating so much meat?
What if
I'm going to do it aggressive in their face.
what if Steph Curry wins? You have to only eat meat for the month of July.
Actually, I would hella do that. But can I drink?
Wait. What's the difference between hella and high key?
Can I drink though?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You'd hella do that though.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that. It's
All
hard.
right, Jake, your prediction.
Warriors in 5.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a mini whomping.
That's
It's a mini J.
no, that is a
Oh,
whomping.
yeah, that's a whomping.
Yeah,
Biased.
we'll see.
Yeah, Jake, how much of that is influenced by your current hatred of the Celtics?
I don't hate the Celtics. Them making the finals is good for the company. It's better for the company.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, but also
It is.
It's absolutely true. We'd
You-
sell
but
so
you
no
many
one's gonna
definitely-
watch me by myself on a live stream in the finals. Everyone's gonna watch Dave and Hank.
but you definitely hate the Celtics a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Did you see someone did a advanced analytics that Steph Curry shoots better when he's chewing on his mouth guard?
Oh, when his mouthpiece is out?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the wingspan on the mouthpiece is getting bigger.
Yeah.
It's going up all the way almost to his eye. He's going to poke himself in the eye with that.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Okay, let's do who's back, and then we got Stav. We'll do the Tommy Pham and Joc Pederson discussion after, as well as some hockey. We're gonna have to. Memes is gonna come in and cry for us, which Rangers fans will enjoy. Before we get to who's back, Coors Light, work, friends, family, and expectation beyond 24/7. Sometimes you need to hit that reset button. Sometimes you need a moment to chill, especially in the summertime when you're out at the beach, when you're in the backyard, you're grilling, you're at concerts, wherever it may be. Coors Light is the one you can turn to when you want to chill out. It's literally made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way, you always know when it's time to chill. I love getting the tweets with the Blue Mountains. It feels like weekend. It feels like summer. So we need to hit the reset button. Just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. When you need to take a second for yourself, reach for that beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. CoorsLight.com/take, and send us those Blue Mountains. The colder, the bluer, the better. Love seeing it. The silver bullet. Nothing better than a nice cold Coors Light on a summer weekend. Okay, who's back? Hank.
Who's back is Chris Castellanos.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show before. I think last summer it got killed. It was, the meme. There's a long, deep drive to left field by Castellanos.
Jake is about to have a stroke. Jake, you want to tell him?
It's fake.
No, you can tell him.
It's fake.
No, Jake, this is your department.
It's fake.
Nick.
It's Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos. Oh, Chris.
Chris Castellini.
He's a
Chris
coworker.
Castellini.
Yeah.
Yikes. Long weekend.
Wow.
Game 7 take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Game 7 take a lot out of you. Nick, I did get those two guys mixed up. Shout out to Chris Castellini, though.
I knew what you did right when you did it.
Jake was giving me this like furtive little look, like, oh, he was getting
We
mad.
looked over the same time.
Nick Castellanos, the Reds player, who's now on the Phillies.
Correct.
Today the announcers were doing a Memorial Day tribute, showing some people in the crowd, some memorials, and as they did that, Nick Castellanos, oh my god, Nick Castellanos hit a home run.
Yeah,
It's just he's cursed.
He's always there.
he is. Impeccable timing, impeccable comedic timing out of this guy. Though.
Is he cursed or is he blessed?
So you can stay a little woke on this one. I know memes pointed this out in the group chat. I think that they're setting him up.
When he's batting?
When he's up to bat, I think the announcers are more likely to dive into the whole, it was our sweet Prince Harambe's anniversary earlier this weekend, but that would be a prime time for them to be like, and 6 years ago today,
Right.
Harambe was assassinated.
Right.
And, there's a deep drive to left. They know
No.
that, with how bad, what, you don't think so?
No,
You don't think the Phillies would ever set him up like that?
I think baseball is like the oldest
Yeah, the
boomer
problem is
sport
that's
in the game. They're not that hip. Like they don't know what the Nick Castellanos meme is.
You didn't trust yourself there.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it is one of those ones we're probably too much online.
Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, where we're like, are they setting us up?
But why else would they
Well, it's
choose
Memorial
to do,
Day.
But they have the
Right.
entire rest of the game to do it, and they're like, oh, Castellanos is up right now. Yeah, let's run it right now.
When was it, or was it the beginning of the inning or anything like
Yeah,
that?
I believe it was. So they probably, if it's correct, I got to double check. But usually the producers are like, all right, let's run this tribute at the top of the second inning. It just so happened to be he was the first one up.
Yeah, he's just
So it might have been a coincidence.
Yeah.
he's the Grim Reaper.
Yes.
What can I say?
All right, PFT, your who's back?
My who's back of the week is Existential Dread.
Oh.
This will be nice. Hank actually tweeted something about this out yesterday, pointed out that the summer of 2016 was indeed, it was different. It hit different. And I replied to him because I just heard about this theory. You remember when we had Brian Cox on, Professor Cox? He was in the Large Hadron Collider experiment. There's a theory out there that the world ended in 2016.
Oh, wow.
When that opened up a massive black hole on Earth and everything got sucked into it. And so everything you've experienced since then has been your particular version of heaven or hell, depending on
Wow.
if you were good or not prior to 2016. So I just want to let everybody marinate that on a little bit because I feel like, I don't know, it's fucked me up thinking about it.
Whoa.
I think about it, I drank about it, and it's 100% true.
Think
Yeah,
about
I
it,
think-
drink about it.
I think
So are
it's
you in
true.
heaven or hell?
Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in heaven. The fucking Cubs won a World
Yeah,
Series.
and the Nationals and the
The
Capitals.
Capitals
Yeah.
won a
right.
Stanley Cup.
Right.
And that was the summer. I mean, that's when I was reminiscing. I was driving, listening to some music, thinking about Harambe and how that, like, it was funny. It was a funny summer. Summer 2016 was a fun summer. The beginning of this podcast, and then
Yeah.
ever since then, it's been, you know.
Wait, so this is
Everything's
actually
changed
this will
since
be a
then.
great test of if Billy's in heaven or hell. If Jason Tatum wins Finals MVP, he's in hell.
Well, I mean, he did become a wide receiver after that.
I think,
That's true.
I think
He's
I'm
in
in a
been in
weird
hell.
purgatory.
yeah,
Yeah.
Billy's been in purgatory.
I've had
for
some
sure.
super high highs, but like also super low lows.
What were your high highs?
I was all state my senior year.
Fuck
football.
yes. Fuck
And then I
yes.
went
Jose?
Then I went
Fuck
to
yes.
college, and then I, didn't win the starting jobs. Then I switched to wide receiver. But then, it's actually been really weird. I sometimes feel like I have a Forrest Gump life.
Yeah, like think about it. I feel like any of us in this room could make that argument convincingly. Like, it's more likely that we're all dead and this is the afterlife than it is this is really happening.
What notable things have you been around?
I don't know. I was almost selected as a juror in Harvey Weinstein's trial.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, I was there on the day that they're selecting jurors. They didn't pick me.
You're like if Mark Wahlberg had played Forrest Gump. It's like, oh, if I was there, things would have turned out
Yeah,
differently.
I was almost there for that.
No, they wouldn't be different.
Okay.
It was wild though.
I wish I'd been on that
I
jury.
mean, just being around this is like
It's
Forrest
crazy.
Gump
Yeah.
crazy.
Jake, are you in heaven or hell?
Hopefully heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Bubba?
Jake, that was such a Jake answer.
Probably hell.
Yeah. Yeah, you got hit
If,
by a
if
car.
I'm being honest,
You
yeah.
got allegedly hit by a car.
Yeah, you used to be able to see in color.
Yeah, that's true. All right, my who's back? I have two. One is European sports. Big weekend for European sports. We had the Champions League and then F1 in Monaco. Just a big weekend for people tweeting about European sports.
Tweeting about sports earlier in the day than usual.
Yeah, earlier in the
Yeah.
day, the Champions League, Liverpool got fucked with their fans getting that was just a total clusterfuck. But also, I feel like every big soccer game has some type of storyline like that.
Yeah, Real Madrid also, that's just what they do.
They just win championships.
They just win
yeah.
championships.
Yeah, and then
They were by far the worst team in that game,
Yeah.
but they figured out a way to do it.
also PFT. Remember we had that discussion about how we can't really get into F1 besides Drive to Survive. I've found my perfect niche is that I don't watch any second of the race and then just say someone cheated after.
Oh, perfect.
Because
Yes.
it was great. It was like I didn't watch a second of Monaco, and then I was like Red Bull cheats, and then I just had people just like getting in fights in my mentions for the rest of the day, and I was at peace. It was
Yeah,
great.
I root for Daniel Ricciardo because I like him as a
Right.
person, and then I also root for like something insane to happen, so then 8 months I can watch it on a different TV show.
Right,
That's it.
exactly.
That's as far as my Formula One fandom goes.
So yeah, I'm not even trying to watch them anymore. I'm just like
Also, no overtaking in Monaco.
yeah. And it rained.
Real gearheads know
Who
about
cares?
that.
And then my other who's back. You guys saw Top Gun on Thursday. I saw it on Saturday. My who's back isn't Top Gun. It's going to the movie theater because I know that like it's been nice that we've been able to watch all these new releases from home, but going to the movie theater to see Top Gun reminded me like, oh yeah, going to the movies is so much fucking fun.
Especially a movie like Top Gun.
Right. It
yeah.
reinvigorates you. Like, yes, this is why. Because I'm sure that there's been a lot of people who've written about like, oh yeah, movie theaters are now dead post COVID. Everything gets released. Everything's on Netflix, whatever it may be. No, like the act of going to the movie theater, watching the previews, eating all of your candy before the movie starts. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I went 2 nights in a row. I went back again on Friday to go see it. I thought about going on Saturday too, but I was like, "I'll
go again with you
that's
this
cycle
week.
bit. You want to go again?
Yeah, maybe
I'll go
like,
again this
we'll
week.
go like noon. We
And
should go like noon.
you have to see
day.
it. You have to see it on a big screen.
Yeah.
Mostly, and it boils down to like
We should see it on IMAX.
I did see it the first
I
time
didn't
on
see
IMAX.
it on
Oh, you
IMAX,
missed
yeah.
out on like 33% of the
Damn.
film. It boils down to that part of our lizard brains that you see cool machines and you're like, ooh, plane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you just
fuck,
you
this
just
is
get like
sick.
you start grunting like that was awesome.
And I did cry a little bit, like Hank, but that's okay.
5th generation thrust vectoring turn.
I mean,
That was
it
insane.
It was great fucking movie. Great movie. I haven't seen anyone say anything bad about it. Honestly.
Let's see. Nitpicking Top Gun. I wish it had one boob.
Yeah, it would have been nice for
One
some
boob.
nudity.
One boob would have been good.
There's
No, there wasn't.
No boobs. Just one boob.
Really?
I just like to remind myself while I'm watching a movie that
tits exist.
there's tits out there.
Were there tits, Billy?
a good amount.
Dogfight football was so stupid.
Yeah, no, I got pissed.
We're not
I
going
got
to do any
pissed.
spoilers, but
Uh-huh.
that's not a spoiler. It's
There's no chance that game actually works.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler whatsoever. It's just they basically were like, oh, remember when we did the volleyball scene in the original? We got to have something similar in this one.
Oh, so there were tits, but there were guy tits.
Yeah. Yes. Nipples. Billy just likes nipples. All right, Billy, your who's back?
My who's back is lacrosse. This past
Yes.
weekend today, the Maryland Terrapins completed a perfect 18-0 season, beating Cornell in the national championship game. Crazy. Their past two seasons have been pretty insane because they are 33-1 in the past 2 years. Their only loss was to UVA in the 2021 championship game.
Yep.
So they're an absolute wagon.
Another win for the Big Ten.
Now, I'm going to butcher this name, but Logan Wisnowska, a Syracuse transfer, scored 61 goals with 103 points all season. The first Terrapin to score 100 points in a season in all time.
Question for you, Billy, because a lot of people were saying this. I was touting the Big Ten for winning a championship, and people were saying that Maryland just had a ton of transfers and they didn't build their own culture. What do we say to those people?
They built their own culture through transfers.
Okay, there we go.
That
Good
is-
answer.
yeah.
That is their
Good answer.
culture.
It's a transfer
Yeah.
culture.
But
It's
also,
the carpetbagging culture.
It's just immigration.
yeah. So,
Melting pot.
so actually, one of the Water Dogs draft picks
Yep.
was on the team, Jake Higgins.
He probably sucks.
No, he's a short stick D mid.
No, but once he
Definitely
gets
a
into
Water
our
Dogs,
culture,
he sucks, dude.
No,
our culture is
Wa-
going to ruin
okay,
him.
Yeah.
So, what? Another thing, the Water Dogs open up this weekend on Sunday versus the Cannons at 1 p.m.
We'll probably lose.
Jake and I are going to be up there working with the Water Dogs. We're not going to be on Thursday's show.
Tell them they suck.
No, I'm
From
going-
us.
They're professionals.
Jake, you have to tell them that we said they suck.
So we will be attending media day
Yep.
Thursday.
So can we get a question?
Yeah, you can forward some questions.
great.
Billy's welcome to ask questions too.
Yeah.
that's a mistake.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually.
So
I think I'm the number one lacrosse.
low-key, have you guys thought about like how cool it is to be in a pro lacrosse league?
Hank, what's up?
I just wanted to hear the end of that sentence.
He's the number one what?
He's the number one lacrosse mind in America.
I think I'm the biggest lax guy in this room.
Yeah,
I mean, Hank basically brought back lax. He brought the
I
sport back
played
from the dead.
lacrosse.
Yeah, but Hank said sport of the future, and then the PLL start. Like I think Paul Rabel listened to Hank say that,
I know,
and then
I
he
know.
made the PLL.
But like, grow the game, sport of the future. That's like a lacrosse tagline.
no.
Fastest
Hank
game on
created
Yeah,
that.
who do you think? Where do you think the tagline
You
came from?
didn't create
yes,
that.
he
Yes, I
did.
did.
He did, dude.
on this podcast.
He
I
created
remember hearing it, but
that.
that
Billy,
was
this
said
helps your
before.
Forrest Gump like
Okay, yes,
storyline.
yes, 100%.
This podcast created lacrosse essentially.
yeah, we invented it.
It
But,
basically
like-
went from like Native Americans to Jim Brown to Pardon My Take. Those are pretty
Okay,
much
okay,
the only three
okay.
big moments in
Okay,
lacrosse.
but
Also, when I was like 10, I did a summer lacrosse camp.
boom,
Like 3
boom.
weeks.
I
Yep.
like.
How do you like
So-
them apples?
That was
I-
way before you.
Wait, dude, you weren't even born.
Okay.
No.
No,
Jake, you're who's back?
Well, no, I was to piggyback off of Billy. Yeah, so we'll be up in Albany for PL training camp. Thursday's media day. Friday, some practice drills. Billy's gonna get in on the action,
And so is memes.
and so is Meme. So it should be fun.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, Sunday is opening weekend in Albany.
Love it.
Should
I
be
mean, I
fun.
don't love it. I love that you guys are gonna be. I love it for you guys.
Yeah.
Water Dogs.
We don't really start seasons well.
Yeah,
We peak in the second half.
and we don't end them either.
They won.
Well,
they
we
won
didn't
the
win
regular
anything.
season last year.
Yeah, but we got off
They were
to
the
a
one seed.
stinker at
Oh,
the start.
great. Does that? Should we put a banner up? Loser talk.
Yeah, they're President's Trophy winners.
When they win
Right.
something
You
real.
know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is Meme suiting up too?
Yes.
Oh,
He put,
hell
so
yeah.
he's
So
a good
he's way
lacrosse
better
player.
than
I
He's
know.
a
I know.
yeah,
He
he's
played in
really
college.
good. Yeah.
I could have, but like I committed to football. No, I'm
Did you
psyched.
commit to football?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can do some one-on-ones. It'll be fun.
Beautiful.
Thank God, because I was thinking I was going to have to go against the pros and just actually...
Water dogs aren't really pros.
Dude, these guys are world-class athletes.
Billy,
Like,
I
seriously.
know. You don't understand what I'm saying.
We break them down and then we build them back up.
I'm trying to show respect to them so I don't
No,
show up
we
and
don't.
they just
No, no,
absolutely
respect them.
We do not respect them.
yard sale me and break my arm.
I heard that they might fold the team, actually.
Yeah, we actually should fold it.
I'm
We can do
considering
that.
it.
We can hit the nuclear button.
I'm thinking
Paul
about it.
Rabel gave us that button. It's in the pile.
It's embarrassing what they put us through at the beginning of the season last year.
Actually, they've made serious moves in the offseason
no,
personnel-wise.
they haven't. Stink.
No, but I think that they got a shot, and I would actually like some shares so I can get a ring if they win.
We might sell the team.
Can I buy the shares from you?
No.
No, I'm going to sell mine to Dan Snyder, and they'll somehow
20
get worse.
I'll give you all the shares if you go vegan for a year. Fuck that. All right, let's get to our interview. Wait, Jake, do you have another who's back?
Yeah, quick who's back is tennis. I know when I bring it up on the show, it's because something big is happening. Djokovic, Nadal, French Open quarterfinals
When?
tonight.
When?
Oh, tonight.
Tonight.
To what time?
It's the back end of a doubleheader, so it depends.
Wait, they're playing it at night our time?
It's 8:45 Roland Garros time.
Okay,
which is
so that's
5
like-
or 6
it's like-
hours ahead.
It's like
so it'll
4:45,
probably
3
be
o'clock.
early
Yeah,
evening.
I'm out.
Yeah, but no, you'll see a tweet about it. And you'll tune in for like the third or fourth set. It's a big one. They shouldn't be playing each other in the quarterfinals.
If Djokovic wins, Big
Yes.
Cat will send a tweet being like,
exactly.
told
Yes.
you. If he loses,
Yes.
he'll
It's
pretend
like
it never
King of,
happened.
Yeah.
Well, if he wins, especially on this one, you got to dance on the tombstones of the Rafa fans.
Oh, I
because
will. Oh.
he's the king of clay. This
Don't
is his
worry,
tournament.
Chief. Don't worry.
So I'm just getting you ready.
Don't worry about that.
Do they
Yeah.
sell pieces of clay from Roland Garros? I feel like that's
Probably.
that's a gold mine right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a quarterfinal matchup.
Okay.
Should be fun.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
To not watch. Yeah, you'll remind me. Just to text me updates.
Okay.
Okay. But not too many.
Every set.
Nah.
2 best of 5.
Just tell me if you think Djokovic is going to win.
if he's about to win, I'll get.
If he's about to win,
send
give me a heads up.
tweet.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Billy has this look on his face like he's
Yeah.
being left out of
Last
something.
who's back? Finland. Finland once again
we
proving their
jump
real
back?
country.
Yeah.
Jump back to Billy's who's
They
back.
won the international hockey.
I saw
tournament.
that. That was
They beat
cool.
Canada.
They won the gold medal, and then they won the
Yeah.
world hockey championship.
Finland is allegedly a real country.
Allegedly,
This is their-
this is just a psyop.
Yeah,
Fi-
psyop for sure.
This is Finland's golden generation.
No, I think that the snipers in World War II,
Yeah,
those guys were
maybe.
legit. They
But
shot
they've
like
won
500
two.
people a person.
2 gold medals in a calendar year.
That's pretty
for
impressive.
Finland. Pretty damn good. Okay, let's get to our interview. We got Stavros coming up. You're all going to love it. And we're brought to you by our friends at Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. They crack the code on how to score deals on last-minute tickets. Hank, are you going to go to the finals with Game Time?
I think so.
You were there for Game 6 with Game Time.
Best tickets I've ever had.
Not the best game, but the best tickets. And that's actually, listen, that's the best part about Game Time. If your team loses, you still got a great deal because that's what Game Time provides you. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. Download the Game Time app, go to the Accounts tab to create a login and redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Thank you to Game Time. If you're trying to go to baseball game, hockey game, basketball game, concerts, Game Time is the best ticketing app in the world. Okay, here he is, Stavros Halkias. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is comedian, actor.
That's
you were
right.
you were in some shit,
I'm in
right?
some fucking shit, baby.
It is podcaster.
That's right.
From the famous podcast Cumtown, which I love that. We'll get into that.
Yeah,
It is Stavros. I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name.
I think you got it if you believe in yourself.
Halkias.
Really good, actually.
Pretty close?
Actually, that's how it. The as is a real Greek pronunciation. Most people butcher it. You nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stavros Halkias.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
He is a very, very funny dude. It's really funny that you're here because, we'll have big celebrities, athletes and stuff, but when the word spread that you were coming to this office, the amount of people that came up to me like, dude, is Stav coming in? Is Stav coming in? I'm like, yeah, he's coming in.
Yeah.
So you have a ton of fans here, and you obviously are very, very successful. You have a new stand-up coming out on YouTube.
That's right.
Your special, which is called Live at the Lodge Room.
Yes, sir.
June 5th. let's talk about that because you
Let's do it.
You basically funded this yourself, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, I want to say that doesn't surprise. I mean, it sounds like it's funny that like this office, I would have a lot of fans because my main demographic is losers in their 20s. So it
fuck boys.
I took a little peek around the office. Lines right up. I see a lot of my core fan base in here.
Bubba's laughing a little too hard.
Yeah, no, Bubba's definitely one of them.
That one hits home.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he was
buddy.
like, I'm so excited for Stav to come.
I will say what I left out to be polite was that don't get pussy. But you know, Bubba looks like you get pussy, dude. You're a cute kid.
Ain't a little pussy.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, there's a lot of that in this office.
I love it. That's my guys. That's who I was. Don't forget, in my fucking early 20s.
And now you've graduated
You're a superstar.
to yeah.
Now I'm Now I was a caterpillar who became just a fatter caterpillar, but who gets the fuck now. There's no butterfly situation, but yeah, no, things are good, man.
So
And,
so the special. Let's talk about it because did you pitch it?
Yeah, so it's pretty hard. Like, it is funny because, I mean, you guys understand this company is kind of like it where you guys are huge and, like, Twitch is huge and all this shit, and podcasts are big, and it's like mainstream media people don't understand that.
They don't.
You know? So, and I had some inroads with some, like, places where I could have, like, you know, we were having some discussions about places, but the pay was dog shit, and it's like no one is really going to push a relatively unknown guy's like comedy, like Netflix doesn't give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if I got on Netflix, it would be buried underneath like dating while autistic or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like if there's some guy in like a dolphin prosthetic trying to get his dick sucked would get way more like algorithm love than I would. And so I just figured like I had a couple friends who did this, like Sam Morrell, very funny, Mark Normand.
Shane Gillis did it.
Shane, great special,
which
fucking
was very
sick
very
special.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Shane did it, which is awesome. And I just said, fuck it. I don't want to like, and even if I was going to do it with people, it was going to take forever to get out. And it's like, I shot this thing in December and I'm like, let's just get it out there. And then I just kind of like, for fun, started posting on YouTube just like some throwaway crowd work clips. And people seem to really fucking like it. So I was like, fuck it. My YouTube channel's big. I just want people to see it because most people know me as a podcaster, which is hysterical. I mean,
Cumtown.
Yeah, Cumtown. It's like, which is like, look, the show's great. Literally took my family out of poverty, so I can't be mad about Cumtown. But imagine if the dumbest thing you've ever done is what popped you huge, and the thing that I mean.
Kind of. No, you're right. No, we're probably the only people who can understand this.
You were part of like, the great renaissance of podcasting.
We're nodding our heads like,
you know?
That sounds good.
Yeah, you guys like, I don't get it. It makes sense. Why don't you guys have a huge Cumtown office where you can just fucking?
It was like Cumtown, Part of My Take, and Chapo started.
Yes,
like,
it was nice
in the same couple years, and so
the Holy Trinity.
It's kind of beautiful it's beautiful that you guys have like so much shit that people could use as ammunition against you.
Yes.
But it's all out there and it's all part of the story. It's all documented. And it's like we are what we are. And for you in particular, like doing the show the way that you're doing it, like you've got your audience built in.
Yeah.
You don't need Netflix to help you promote it and for them to take a cut out of it.
Totally.
And to like get into a big messy contract situation with them. You can do it all yourself.
Yeah, and dude, more than anything, I just want people to see it because
Yeah.
I don't think like people think of me as a stand-up comic, and it's like the thing I've dedicated my entire life to, you know, and the thing that I think I'm the best at. Like, podcasting's whatever. I honestly think podcasting is, I mean, we're really pulling the biggest scam of all time over on people. This is complete bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, but it takes no effort. If you happen to know how to fucking talk, you just fucking waltz into an easy, like we kind of all hit a lottery here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if we were born 3 years earlier, 3 years later, we're all broke.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like,
Like,
it is one of those funny things. We've talked about it before, but like when you tell someone you podcast, you can't like sound like a bigger loser.
100%.
And it's always funny when I'll like say it, and I'm getting now into like, because I have kids, and I'll be like saying it at like birthday parties for a 3-year-old, and I'll have to be like, but my podcast does make money. Let me just follow it up with that.
There needs to be a different word
Yeah.
for successful podcast.
Right.
You know,
Every time I say, they're like, "What do you do?" It's like I podcast. Like they just look at me like, "What?" what?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
100%. 100%.
I just
Who's
used to
paying
lie
for
and be
this?
like, I do a radio show. It wasn't a full lie
Yes.
because at the time I was doing like 45 minutes a day on Sirius.
Sure.
And I would just be like, tell anybody new, I do a
Yeah.
Sirius. My mom thought like that was a big deal when I got that radio show on Sirius, which I did not give a fuck about.
Yes,
I
yes,
sat down
yes,
in a chair
yes.
for 45 minutes and then left. And my mom was like, "Oh my God, you're on Sirius Radio. That's incredible. I can listen
Yeah.
to you now." It's like, Mom,
That-
Yeah.
I really don't care.
That's the
about this.
stand-up special. The
100%.
stand-up special now feels like, hey, I have a stand-up special.
And it's true. It's funny you say that because it's like radio no one gives a fuck about. And on some level, I understand that no one cares about stand-up that much. Like podcasting.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, I love.
You guys are the big truth tellers.
Well, yeah.
Without you, society crumbles. That's why we
You're
got to
right.
protect people from attacking Chris Rock.
Yeah.
If anybody slaps you, I will fucking choke them out.
That was
Yeah.
the best when comedians were like, "This was an attack on freedom of speech," and it's like, come on, man. It's we tell
Yeah.
pussy jokes. You know what I mean? It's like no one gives a fuck.
We had Judd Apatow in the next day.
Oh,
and he was like,
hilarious.
he was number one on like, this is assault.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. That's first of all, Chris Rock and Will Smith, the comedians that were posting about it, it's like you have nothing in common with Chris Rock. You are only the way like some guy says he's a podcaster,
Yeah.
some guy off the street has like 30 followers says the way you and that guy have something in common with podcasting, that's the way most people posting about Chris Rock had, you know what I mean? Like they're only stand-ups in name only.
Right.
This is a fucking two of the most famous guys of all time slapped each other. It was hilarious.
Right.
It was really fucking funny that somebody got slapped at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Some guy who's been publicly who's the most beloved man in the world was cucked so hard his brain melted 30 minutes before he was going to win his Oscar. Like it was incredible timing. Will Smith has been the most like Scientologist, manicured, like
Yes.
public persona. Jada got so much dick on the side that it fucking melted his brain, and he slapped Chris Rock. I mean, he was just gonna win his Oscar. It was. If that's not fucking funny to you, then that's hysterical.
Yeah, like the biggest superstar one of the biggest superstar actors slapped the biggest superstar comic of the last 25 years because he made a joke about his wife that he only cared about the joke because he looked over at his wife and he was like, "Oh, she's mad. She's probably gonna fuck somebody else unless I slap Chris Rock for this."
Absolutely.
It's a very funny situation.
Hysterical.
But now people are like, we're great truth tellers out there, and like, it could be me next.
Yeah,
on stage.
exactly. Oh, really? It's you next at fucking Magooby's Joke House, which is my home club. I love it. In Timonium, Maryland, no one is slapping you because you're like, what the? I don't get. My wife doesn't suck my dick enough. It's like no one is about to slap you. You fucking loser. I hated that shit because it's like we're complete. I come from a very like comedians are clowns perspective. Right. I'm not making any fucking points. I'm not a point maker. I'm here to have a good ass time. You know what I mean? Just fucking talk about my sexual like embarrassments. Like comedians should be getting embarrassed.
Right.
In many ways, getting slapped is the most comedian thing possible. The only thing I would have liked is if Chris Rock would have been like, I mean, how awesome would it have been if it's like if he just talked about Jada
Again.
getting cock on the side at the Oscars. That's the only thing that heightens that. If he's like, oh, it smelled like August Alsina's finger. You know what I mean? He just said something.
Yeah.
You know he wanted to in his heart. I saw it. You could see the like little flicker because Chris Rock could have done that.
Oh, he could have just eviscerated him.
100%. He just like, he's like, it was just a big moment, and
Had
he's a little
respect for
too
the
rich,
audience.
probably. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe Chris Rock 30 years ago does it, 20 years ago does it, but that's what I'm saying. He's the fucking institution now. He can't be firing back with the actual truth.
Stav would have done it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have
Yeah,
loved
you
it.
would've-
I pray. That's the other thing. If you're a real comedian, you should be begging Will Smith to slap you.
Yeah.
Like,
It'd
you
be
know
the
how
greatest
much-
thing in your
it would be
career.
the best thing in the fucking world.
All right, so you mentioned we mentioned Cumtown. You mentioned Cumtown. It is always funny just to say it out loud.
Yes, of course.
I would imagine some of those like if you've probably been in like agent meetings and stuff. And they have to say that.
They have to say Cumtown.
What's the most awkward? It's a hilarious podcast. If you don't know it, like you should listen to it because it's very, very funny.
No, you shouldn't.
It's
you should not listen to the podcast. The
Nick
podcast
Mullen
it's over.
and Adam Friedland.
It's bad. It'll ruin your brain.
It will ruin your brain.
Don't listen to
but
it.
you'll get addicted first, and then you'll realize,
Yes.
oh fuck, this ruined my brain.
Yes.
But what like the name alone is just so funny. Has there been moments where you're like, I wish we had named it anything else?
No, I think actually, like, well, first of all, I thought it was going to be a complete failure for sure. I thought
Who came up with? Who started it?
I mean, it was Mullen's idea.
Yeah.
And we were just at the time. I had just moved to New York. I was literally living in a fucking windowless room. Like I had one of those fake rooms where it's like
not fire code safe.
No, not fire code safe at all. No, yeah, like literally just.
The landlord puts up a wall and he calls it a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, landlord had no idea. We fucking just hired a guy to build a room, and he was in and out in a day. Salute to that guy. Like shit was going real bad. You know what I mean? Like you could just hear everything going on in the fucking like living room. Like
right.
You know, if I'm beating off, they can hear. You know what I mean? Like there's no. If I wanted to fuck, I would have to be like, hey, can you guys just clear out of the apartment for a half hour while I get pussy, and you guys can come back afterwards, like that situation. And Mullen was freshly out of his illegal tenement in Chinatown, so like shit was just going bad, and it was the idea of like, well, let's just fucking hopefully people will come out and see our shows. But I did not think. You're right. There was like a second wave of podcasts. I thought podcasts were done.
Yeah.
Like 7 years ago, Marin had already popped. Like Comedy Bang Bang was big. Like all that kind of shit was kind of. And I figured like we missed it. We missed the boat. I was like, we'll do 8 episodes. We'll never speak of this again. We'll be those guys who are like, I'm a podcaster, you know? And then it just fucking, it was his idea. We did it. Hysterically, people listened. And it's like one of those things where I keep waiting for it. Like, I've had the same, like, attitude the whole time where I'm like, well, it's going to end tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's now we're going on 6 years of, like, you know, basically living month to like I'm on a month-to-month lease.
But that's a good,
Yeah.
that's a weird and good, like, I have something similar where I'm always like, at some point, I'm going to wake up and everyone's gonna be like, I don't want to hear you talk anymore.
Yeah.
And that almost is, I feel like that's a good way to think about it, because
Sure.
otherwise you end up with people who like become way out of touch with everything.
For sure. No, that's true. I mean, that could be a big issue, but you know, it's been sick. I mean, people have been coming out, and it helped me like start my touring, like going on tour, and now it's like touring keeps growing, and I think I just want to fucking get this special out there so people can see like, yeah, I can fucking, because the show is really fucking stupid. Like
Yeah.
it's like next level stupid.
Yeah.
We haven't prepared for one episode once.
Is that
Yeah.
true?
100%.
So
We've never prepared
you just
anything.
sit down.
Sit down, turn the mics on. We used to, when we really don't feel like doing it, we set a timer on our phones. And when it goes to 1 hour, the alarm will go off and we'll just shut the thing off the second it's over. Like that's like we've definitely done that before.
So when you shut it off, do you keep like doing the podcast, just not recording it? You're just like still talking, or you're
we'll
like
talk for 3 minutes or something, you know, like a natural wind down, and then it's like, fellas, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, pleasure making thousands of dollars for this. You know what I mean? Like,
It's funny because like I think an underrated facet of why Cumtown was so popular when it started, at least in my opinion, was the logo of Cumtown.
Yes.
The cum on it
Just cum.
is very realistic.
yeah.
So it spells out the word Cumtown in cum on it.
That's
Yes.
right.
And,
we wanted to make sure there was no getting around what
Yeah.
cum meant. It's like no,
was
there's no new
confused.
synonym. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
This is jism.
I thought it was a
Full of cum.
a double entendre until I opened it up and looked down at my phone. I was like, no, it's just a town of cum. And
Yeah.
I think like the second or third episode I was listening to, I was on an airplane, and you do that thing where you turn your phone onto like the silent screen or whatever, and then it opens up again. And the person next to me looked over at my phone, and it was just
Yeah,
cum.
just-
It was just giant cum on my screen.
Which is weirder than if
it's
you
a
were
good
watching
podcast.
gay porn.
Right.
You know what I
It's
mean?
a
Like,
weird thing. Yeah.
like two guys kissing. It's like, all right, that guy's gay. He's just looking at cum.
Yeah.
He's just looking at a cum splatter.
I'm listening to cum.
Yeah, you're listening.
It's an audio version of cum.
Yeah, just some guy beating off into a bucket over and over again, looped over again.
But it's crazy, you guys. So you guys really don't prepare, because I think that's, you know, there's we have something similar where sometimes people think like we don't do anything, or like when we're on the road they'll be like, oh, you guys coming out to party. It's like, no, we actually got to work.
course,
There's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
that goes into it.
Yeah.
But you guys just sit down and let it fly.
Yeah, I mean, you guys also like sports is like I should plug the basketball podcast I do on the biggest sports show, but I do a basketball podcast with Sam Morrill called Pod Don't Lie, and that we don't.
I was with him this morning.
Yeah, I was with him
Really?
2 days
he's
ago.
he's Julian Edelman.
Yes.
He's doing a show with
He
him.
had to take a leave of absence during the playoffs. I've been doing it myself, but we've been doing the show for years, and it's Sam is fucking hilarious and just such a deranged Knicks fan that it's like our our like dynamic is great because I get to just troll him about that.
Right.
Like he's RJ. He's like RJ's gonna be. He keeps saying like RJ is Jimmy Butler. Like, he keeps saying that, and he's not joking at all. And anyway, but that even a show that we don't prepare for, a sports show, you gotta at least watch the game.
Right.
You gotta fucking look at a couple box scores. You know what I mean? This is truly nothing.
Right.
Like literally, we'll just sit down and just start recording.
Well, I think it is a testament to like when you think about the popular podcasts. I think the main thing behind them is like the relationship that everyone has on the show.
Right.
Like you guys being friends, when we sit down, our relationship, and now we've grown it to like where we have like 5 or 6 guys in the room. All of our interactions is really what people are listening to.
True. Yeah, for sure.
For more than anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how is that like? Because you guys are all friends, but how has that evolved over time? Like, I mean, more of the question is specifically like, how can Adam take so much shit over this amount of time and never just flip out and be like, "Fuck you guys"?
I think because
when you guys just started calling him a bug, for like a year,
yeah.
that was so mean.
Yeah. Well, it's a matter of just getting like the thing is, whatever happens during the podcast, my personal philosophy is I'm eating an hour. I'm not stopping anything. Whatever's going, and Nick loves to abuse Adam. So I'm like, well, this is a good way to eat time. You know what I mean? Like bullying one of my dearest friends and making his life difficult. As long as it gets my job done quicker. And then the podcast
You
is
couldn't
over.
be more complicit.
Have you seen? Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys ever seen those like really crazy like bondage pornos where they're like in a fucking, what was it called, like kink.com? It was just something, and they would fuck these girls up, right? Like really fuck the shit out of them, and they're all bound and shit. And afterwards there'd be like the moment where they're like, "You were so great." They're having like what's called aftercare, after extreme sex, where they like kiss them on the cheeks and they give them a water, and you're like, "You're a princess." That's what I do with Adam after every episode, where I'm just like, "I'm so sorry for what we just did to you. You did great. You're a great guy. I love you so much. Thank you." But it's like this is so much better than preparing for even 1 second. It's just we're just wrecking you.
Has he ever flipped out? Has he ever gotten like really defensive to the point where he like you can tell there's genuine anger there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we've done this show for so long that I think at different points, all of us have hated there's been like a fuck that guy, fuck whatever. It's like, I mean, there's definitely been, especially he's the only one who's probably deserved to do that. But it's like, it's all in the grand scheme of things, it's all, it washes out. And it's like, I'm sure when you work with anyone, it's like you like butt heads when you see them all the time, even if the job isn't being shit on. So it's like when the job is being shit on, you're gonna be like, all right.
And there's something that gets lost, I think, with a lot of audiences, is like a little bit of tension here and there doesn't mean that like things are falling apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Things are falling apart for Cumtown. We are definitely gonna, we are 100% gonna stop the show soon, and it's whatever. But absolutely in the past it's been like, and I think that also is what's funny about the show is that like it should not. The one thing that I think. The reason as a comedian, what I like about it is that it's almost like the producers of podcasting, where it's like, this should not work.
Right.
We hate the show. Like at times one has hated the other. We're very unprofessional. There's no anything. We don't prepare. We don't, not everything. The name is horrible, and it just, people keep fucking listening.
It works.
And at this point, it's like, stop. What the fuck else do we have to do to get you to stop listening to this shitty show?
It's good.
But it will never, and it's like, we'll keep doing it until it, and we'll try to destroy it, but it will never be destroyed.
But it's because
it's so fucking annoying, honestly.
The listeners are like, they're kind of perverted. For like getting into this,
100%,
and for like knowing the different what they're forcing you guys to do, like week after week, and they definitely get off on that. But also, it's like it's a double-edged sword because you have an audience that will see that you're putting out a special. They know the marketing has already been done for them over the years of just getting to know you and putting you guys through hell. They're like, I know this guy. I don't need to see a commercial on TV for his set.
Right.
Like I already identify with him, so I'm going to go check him out.
Totally. And like as annoying as the show can be, whatever, it's like the vast majority of the fans fucking rule. And it's like, as you guys know, it's like to make your life possible. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like the ones that can be annoying are the ones where one thing they definitely don't understand is like the tension, or even 99.9% of the time, shitting on each other is a complete joke, right? And we know it. None of us know. Nobody fucking gives a fuck. We have our own thing worked out. And what they're seeing is like 1% of our lives. Like this is not who we are.
Right.
And the people that don't understand that, who are like they're like the kids that thought Power Rangers were real. You know what I mean?
No,
it's like you guys. I'm sure
it's
good up.
Same
this
exact
happens
shit
all the time
because we have cameras rolling all the time,
Yeah.
so people will like take that one bit and be like, "Oh my god, this is fucked up." It's
Yeah.
like, dude. Do you know how much time that happens in between these?
Yeah.
Like you hear, like even this podcast, you hear like 6 hours a week.
Right.
Do you know how much time there is
Totally.
on the other side of that?
100%.
Where it's like, that part does.
This-
When people are like, "How could you do that?" It's like, dude, we're doing
I
a
haven't even
podcast.
thought about that.
Yeah, right.
I said that 3 months ago. I forgot I said it.
Right,
So
right.
suck my dick. I don't
Right.
give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, to your point, it's like that's cool, and that's why I kind of wanted to put it on YouTube. It's like I could have probably made a little more money, and like I'm in 40K on this thing. Like I put up my own money to shoot it, to promote it, to like edit it, all this stuff. But I just want people to see it. Like,
how many people have to watch to get that back?
Dude,
Let's give it everyone a
nice
number.
amount, bro.
How many?
I don't know. I didn't
Give
do
us
the
a number.
math. That's how much I don't give a fuck about money. That
No,
is
we
the-
need
I don't
people
know.
to
You,
just keep
you
hitting
guys
it.
must have a
feel like-
fucking YouTubeologist out here.
No, I don't
No?
know shit about
Pete,
that.
can we get
No.
Pete in here?
Yeah.
Pete
Pete,
knows.
where's Pete's bitch ass at?
Pete
Let's
knows
get him in
everything.
here.
You nailed Pete. You know exactly.
No, Pete is a bitch. He
all
can't
about.
come. He literally is an anti-cum boy.
Oh, what?
He cannot come.
Is he on antidepressants?
No, he got a vasectomy. So we just told everyone that he literally can't come
He does
anymore.
puffs.
And he
It's
then,
just like the
yeah.
Joker, the Joker
Right.
gun.
And then he-
bang.
A flag comes out that says "come" on it.
I've literally just boxed him into every now and then he like whimpers like I can still come. So and just getting that on audio is the best. When like a man has to say like I can still come.
He wants his boys to know he can still bust.
Yeah, I'm a
Pete.
boy.
You bitch.
I can do this.
Yeah, prove it, Pete. Come jack off right now, motherfucker, and tell us the YouTube numbers. I need to get my money back while you're at it.
All right, we'll get to YouTube up.
Stav, I was a big fan of the Pipecast.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Pipecast. Can you explain to our listeners who might not have listened to it what the premise of the Pipecast was?
Yes. So it was the NBA White Chocolate Pipecast. It was a Jason Williams tribute. White chocolate. We loved it, and it was just me and Adam from Cumtown. We were just talking hoops. It's actually a lot like the show me and Sam do now, where it's like, but with me and Adam, it was just like, I mean, how much podcasting are we gonna do together constantly? But it was just, truly a stupid show about basketball where we take that ethos of we're not going to prepare. We'll watch games because I'm a fan. I mean, I love hoops. That's my number one sport. The air has been taken out of my sails a little bit because a big Giannis guy. And so Giannis getting taken out, really brutal. No one to really fucking root for left except Luka, who's about to lose, it feels like.
Yep.
So it's really, it sucks because I love the NBA playoffs and I have nothing to root for anymore. But it was just that, dude. It was just bullshit, and
Usually talking about what their fuck game was like.
we'd
too.
love to talk about their fuck game for sure.
Yeah.
And that's still going. A big thing I like to do is like which coach fucks better. And that they will probably win the series, and that's what really breaks my heart because
Ooh.
you look at the Celtics. Ime Udoka lays pipe better than any of these motherfuckers.
Spoelstra feels like he could.
Spoelstra,
I think he goes down for like
Spoelstra knows how to eat
hours
pussy,
at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's not the whole package.
Got it.
Udoka, I think, can eat pussy and give you a pounding. And Steve Kerr, forget it, bad back.
Yeah.
He's gonna lay
He's just
there.
laying there
You know what I mean?
missionary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pillow
Yeah.
princess.
Wait, so what?
He's going down on you. He's got the mask on like a KN95. Bro.
Wait, so this whole
He's still making
theory,
you mask up.
this whole theory though, you would think that the Jazz would have had better playoff success.
That's true. That's
because
true.
Quinn Snyder definitely does some weird.
Here's the thing about
shit.
Quinn: too much cocaine, dick doesn't work.
Yep.
Ah,
That's my theory on
okay.
Quinn.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
If you hit him back in the Mizzou days when he was fucking his players' girlfriends, that's when he needed to be in the fucking NBA. But he's out. The vitality's gone. His dick barely works, and actually I thought last year that this didn't work because I was obviously rooting for Giannis and Budenholzer, who on face value does not look like he can fuck.
Correct.
But power bottom. He takes the fucking biggest pounding you've ever seen in your life. We don't have to be heteronormative about this. He's a sub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And any dom would get tuckered out.
Yeah, that's good
He's
sex.
such a sub
Yeah.
that he will. It's kind of like Homer in that episode where he just keeps getting punched out.
Yeah.
That's what I think about Mike Budenholzer's asshole.
Yes.
Where it's like he can take a real beating, whether it's getting pegged or getting fucked. And that's why they won last year.
How sick was that though? You're
Unbelievable. I started crying.
rooting for Giannis has got to be like you feel like a superhuman.
It's unbelievable, dude. And because like I have been on every Greek player that's ever like appeared. Like I remember being in high school and being like, remember that guy Baby Shack Sophocles Sortsanidis, who was like, his dad was like some Greek like boat guy who just fucked a lady. I don't remember where, in like Cameroon or something. And he was just like, all right, come on back to Greece. And he had like this little fat. He was like 6'6", just built. The Clippers drafted him. And I was like, and he never even made it over. He played Summer League once. He never fucking made it over. And Giannis, I've been following just from the jump. I remember where I was when he got drafted. I remember I went to Greece that summer. I still have a collectible. It's called Milko. It's like a little fucking bootleg Yoo-hoo of rookie year Giannis. And it was like, I was always like, this is the fucking guy. And this has exceeded
Everything.
even I was hoping, all-star, which I think was reasonable. Like
Right.
I thought, that time he fucked up Mike Dunleavy's bitch ass was awesome when he pushed him into that was the moment I was like, hell yeah, dude. let's
He's the
fuck this
best
guy.
player in the NBA.
Best player in the NBA, works hard as fuck. Truly, like, he's younger than me, but an inspiration to me. Where I'm like, I'm such a loser for being a fucking 30-plus-year-old man who looks at a 26-year-old who's more of a man, has a wife and child. You know what I mean? Like, is at the pinnacle of his like, truly this guy who, like, I'm sure you. How old are you?
26.
Exactly. I don't respect this guy. You know what I mean? But Giannis comes in here. I'm like, Mr. Antetokounmpo, is there anything I can do for, like, truly a hero of mine who's 6 years younger than me? And that was the fucking bet. Him winning, I started fucking crying. I was fucking bawling. I was like, I can't believe it, God. My friends who aren't that into, like, they're kind of into hoops and whatever. They came over. They were just like They were like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, guys. I had enough Giannis jerseys for everyone to wear one. I had 6 guys over. I was like, one's a jersey, so one of you gets the jersey, but we don't have enough to go around. And it was the fucking best. I mean, truly the one time since the Ravens won. Obviously, I'm a big Ravens fan. The one they won. I mean, I loved seeing Ed Reed get one, but the one I won when they won when I was in middle school just means more to you because you're a fucking little kid.
Right.
But since those. I mean, Giannis winning, even though I don't give a fuck about Milwaukee, truly. Like, it's a cool city, whatever. Brats are nice, but it was all about Giannis. That was the best sports thing that's ever happened to me, just because maybe Greece winning the Euro in 2004, maybe, but I just love Giannis so much. Man.
Yeah.
He's
a cool
and his
guy,
fucking
too.
story's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
like, if you don't like that guy, you're a fucking piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's truly, and Boston's bitch ass getting lucky with the Middleton, what I'm calling the Middleton asterisk, which I will not allow them to enjoy this championship. Should it happen, and it won't. Something's good. Let's go, Spoelstra. Eat that pussy. Eat that pussy. Beat Udoka.
It was awesome. Like, after he won, and the very next day to celebrate, all he does, he goes to Chick-fil-A.
I mean,
gets
unbelievable.
50. It wasn't even 50 nuggets, right? It was like the 50.
No, I believe it
tenders.
was 50 nuggets.
Was it 50 nuggets?
I believe so.
And then the half and half, which was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
What was it? The half lemonade, half Sprite.
Oh, I see.
It's fucking
I
delicious.
wasn't even versed on his drink. I should have been looking.
But like
That's a nice move, though. Respect.
That's the coolest thing is like you just win an NBA championship, and what do? You go eat a shitload of fast food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nuggets,
Like,
dude.
that's my
Yes.
dream.
Yeah, that's me
Yes.
coming back from a road weekend in San Diego. That's how I celebrate 7 shows. Is
Yeah.
getting fucking fried chicken. He's the man.
We're going to get back to Stavi in a second. Before we do, is brought to you by Sling TV. There's a lot happening in sports right now, and Sling has it all for the absolute best price. To start with, Capital One's The Match is going to feature Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers teaming up to face Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. TNT will exclusively televise the epic 12-hole event tomorrow, June 1st, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live from Wynn Las Vegas, the only golf course on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm going to root for Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I don't know about you guys.
Yep.
Hank, are you rooting for Tommy? For your best bud, Tommy? He is Team Hank.
Yeah, I have to.
You have to be Team Tom?
So you're rooting for Aaron Rodgers.
Rooting for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Hank's going to do
Yeah.
that. Hank's rooting for the enemy. We're rooting for the good guys. That's fine. The events are going to be on ABC and simulcast on ESPN3. Sling will let you stream TNT live whether you're at home watching or on the go. Then, starting June 2nd, you will be able to follow NBA Finals and the NHL Finals. Those events on ABC will be simulcast on ESPN3. Right now, you can get all that for half the price during your first month, so less than $18, which is lower than any other streaming service right now. You can also follow the Barstool Sports channel. It has a non-stop feed of Barstool's most popular shows, including The Yak, Stool Scenes, The Brandon Walker Show, and Kelly Keegs on the other line. Whatever you're into, Sling is where you can find the live sports that you love all in one place. Go to sling.com/barstool, sign up now, try it for half the price during your first month. That's sling.com/barstool. Get it at half price during your first month. Stav is also brought to you by Current. We love Current. Current is a financial technology platform serving the needs of people who are working to create a better future for themselves. Banking is one of the few industries that has not been modernized by technology. But Current's here to change all that. They want you to get your money faster. They want to help you move it faster. They want to give you the tools to spend and to save it better than ever. The great thing about Current is they have account features that allow you to sometimes get your paycheck up to 2 days faster. That's huge. They have a new interest feature, which helps you to earn way more on your savings. They have tools for money management. There are no overdraft fees up to $200, no minimum balance fees, absolutely no membership fees. And they're not done. They've got a bunch of exciting things coming up this year. We are partnering with Current to help give back to PMT listeners. We're going to be giving away $500 to 10 random listeners who sign up at current.com/PMT. So go to current.com/PMT or enter code PMT in the app for a chance to win. The giveaway will end on Wednesday, June 22nd, but we want you guys to get money off this. So go to current.com/PMT, sign up there. We're going to be giving away $500 to 10 random listeners who sign up there. All right, now here's more stuff. I also appreciate you being a Baltimore guy. I feel like Baltimore needs more visibility.
We really do. We really fucking do.
I'm from Northern Virginia, so anything in like the remote D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, I claim vicariously. But I've always had like an affinity for Baltimore because I used to go up there. The Orioles were my team when I was like a little kid before we got the Nationals. People, if it weren't for The Wire, nobody would know shit about Baltimore.
Ray Lewis and The Wire.
Ray Lewis and The Wire.
Yeah.
But nobody really knows anything about the Baltimore culture outside of what they saw in those 5 seasons on HBO. So when you talk about it, it's hilarious because Baltimore is one of the weirdest places on earth.
It's truly bizarre. And I grew up in Greektown, which is like a fully isolated little neighborhood that's all Greek people, but it's bordered by the most trash you've ever seen in your life. It's totally you have Baltimore white trash, which is a beautiful blend of white trash.
These are the people who wear the
camo. Yes, dude.
Camo.
Oh yeah, baby, the fucking Ravens. Let's fucking go. Those fucking guys, the guys that are like, yeah, Lamar's good, but something about Flacco that I miss. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there was something I trusted more about Flacco. Like those fucking guys.
Traditionally.
Yeah, there was something about him, just a pocket passer. This guy's a fucking running back that we're gonna let him throw the fucking ball. Like those guys. Yeah. I love those guys.
Those pants are my favorite thing in sports.
The purple camo is unbelievable.
I don't think that they were the only team that got them. I think that was one of the NFL initiatives of the mid 2000s.
Yes.
We're okay, our merch idea this year, because it was right during the Iraq War. It was big let's go USA stuff. And they're okay, we're going to put out every team's colors in camo shorts. And every other fan base was yo, these suck.
These stink.
And then Baltimore was fuck yeah.
Baltimore was oh, these look pretty good. I'm about to wear these to my child support hearing after this. We won. Ray won this one. I'm about to keep these for good luck. And that bitch ain't getting a dime of my money. That's I love those guys. A bunch of those guys were all oh my God, they were so funny. There was counter protests in Baltimore going on when Ray Rice got suspended, which is is there a more completely open and shut fuck this guy thing we've ever seen in our lives? And these guys were all this is fucking bullshit, put Ray back on the fucking field. It was I had a cousin that worked over there at that elevator. Shit didn't go down the way you think it was going down, elevator. He was y'all believe anything the fucking media wants to tell you, it's so funny. These fucking idiots.
But yeah, the Ravens,
I love it.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go from the Ravens.
I could keep doing Baltimore.
Yeah, I was gonna say just keep.
I would love to.
Just keep hitting the clock. Keep pulling the string. I don't have a question. I want to pull the string.
Love these guys.
What's the best dive bar in Baltimore?
Ooh, best dive bar. Interesting. I really like the Crown, which is this old abandoned Korean mall. That's on it's on the second floor of this Korean mall. That place is sick. Club Charles. Those were my two go-tos. Real hipstery type shit. Mm-hmm.
You like Natty Bo?
Oh yeah, you got to.
Natty Bo it's a really interesting beer because it doesn't exist outside the city of Baltimore.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
nobody knows
and it's
about
not
it.
good. It's just like,
no, it's not.
It tastes exactly like every light beer you've ever had in your life, but
It's like shitty beer,
Pride,
but
baby.
people in Baltimore absolutely love it. But it's never made its way outside of the city.
yeah, that's true. I guess I don't really see it here either. I mean,
I don't think they have trucks. I don't think that they ship it anywhere.
No,
it's just like
no.
It's a guy on a bike that just takes it around to all the bars. He's like, drink up, guys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude, I fucking. I mean, the truth is, I was such a fucking like, I was just doing comedy constantly. So it's like I was hanging out wherever there was just comedy shows, and that's why I
Right.
love those two places. But I mean, there's some hilarious. I mean. I do love fucking Baltimore so much because of those guys, and then it's just like, I don't know, it's just such a hilarious.
The characters there.
They're the best. And I was off football. Sorry, I know what fucking podcast I'm on. It was a little bit of the like. It was like, damn, these owners really don't treat the fucking players right. The Colin Kaepernick chick, he's fucking blackballed, and a guy who hits his wife is suspended 2 games. A guy who gambles is suspended the fucking whole year. I was on that type of shit, and then we drafted Lamar, and I was like, woo, let's fucking go. I was watching that draft being like, this is over. I'm done with football. Just don't draft Lamar, because there was like that little bit of like he's gonna fall. He might 1 in a million chance he's gonna fall, and then we got him. He's better than you ever could have fucking expected.
And the Ravens are they are the model of consistency.
I know.
Like, I know that the Patriots
hard
obviously
to-
have had
yeah.
more Super Bowls, but like when you look at the Ravens, it's crazy how year in, year out, you're just like, even this year's draft, whereas like,
Oh, yeah.
they got a center and a safety.
Yeah.
Yep. Hall of Fame.
And those
They're
guys
going
are gonna
together.
be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
every year they just know what to do.
And even after Ozzy left, like that's the other thing. It's like that was the point where I was like, oh, we're fucked, because that's how these things go. There's one guy who really is the architect. They figured out how to. That institutional knowledge is there, which is annoying for me because I can't be on my SJW shit. I have to keep watching football.
Right.
I
Yeah, if you have a winner.
I have to keep watching
Yeah,
football
yeah.
until Lamar's gone.
Yeah, the second they draft like some shitty quarterback as a replacement, they go like 4-13. You're like, you know what? I really disagree.
I'm finding my morals again.
I disagree
Funny how
with how they're
found him under the couch. Yeah, like,
flyovers is a waste of taxpayer money. At
yeah,
this point.
yeah.
here they are.
Yeah, even this, like, it is, and I love Lamar too because he's out of his fucking mind. Like, that's what you want out of an athlete, is just like, you want him to only be good at one thing. Like,
Yeah.
every time Lamar talks, it's like, what the fuck are you even, like, he kept getting he got COVID like 8 times somehow. He keeps having to shit himself, and he's
Yeah.
still incredible. Like, that's my
Why the
guy.
buddy pregnant?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it all. We say that line like once a week because it's so fucking funny.
He's the best, dude. He's so
Buddy
fucking
Pregnant.
good.
I'm a little bit worried about Lamar on the Ravens, though. I feel like going into your 5th year, because like they haven't given him an extension. They haven't really made any progress.
doing his own
Well, that's the thing. He's doing his own agent.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I get the feeling like they're weird about how much time he's losing with like diarrhea and stuff.
Yeah.
He would just be announced like last second. Oh, Lamar didn't practice again today because he was.
Yeah, cholera.
Yeah, exactly.
he's got-
he's got E. coli basically every day. He's just shitting himself, and the team was like real weird about it. Like,
I'm
they
worried
didn't
about
know
that too.
it,
No,
so-
I'm truly worried about him like working on his own thing and like them not paying him. It's like, pay the fucking guy. He's that fucking good. I don't want to hear any bullshit about how he's like. I know. I mean, that fucking Titans loss was whatever, but it's like that's the problem with football is like it's one game. The NBA, people can fucking shit the bed all the time. It happens within a series. No one really pays attention because it's 7 games, but that shit just happens sometimes. And that was a better game plan. And I think if Lamar doesn't get hurt this year, I think they have as good a chance as the fucking piece of shit Bengals. They can suck my fucking dick. The whole division. Oh, you fuck Joe Burrow, yo. How about you burrow underneath my fucking nuts and take a suckle, you little pretty boy motherfucker. Sorry, he took over my body. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a seance.
We are a Joe Burrow podcast.
Yeah.
I know,
He's
but
a friend of ours.
listen. I know you guys are, but what the fuck? I was gonna come in here wearing purple and not take a shot at him. I had to. Do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And also fuck the Steelers while I'm at it.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck Ben Roethlisberger, yo. go to hell. Look,
I do love the Steelers fans having to like come to grips with Deshaun Watson being on the Browns, being like, "This is not fair." It's like,
yeah. Ben Roethlisberger. Look, I respected what he did in that bathroom, but he was on the field. He was a dirty player. That's the problem he has with them. Yeah, it's boys will be fucking boys. Gotta let off a little steam, but on the fucking court, on the field, you gotta stop being a fucking dirty player. Okay.
I went to a Steelers preseason game one year. That's the year they had like Michael Vick as their backup quarterback, and there was a massive
fuck,
protest outside the stadium.
I love that.
And there was this lady that was holding up a sign that said like, "Hey, Michael Vick, this is what a real quarterback looks like." And it was a picture of Ben Roethlisberger.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God. I swear to God. And it was like I thought
good.
I thought I was looking at like an onion on like an actual person who was the onion.
Incredible.
And I was like, are you doing a bit right now?
That is so fucking
Like, are you here
good.
for the same reason I'm doing? Or are
Yeah,
you doing
yeah,
a bit
yeah,
too?
yeah.
And she was like, no, it's just disgusting. I don't think that like the league should not have any room in it for any player that would hurt a dog.
Fucking idiots, dude. And fuck the Browns too, obviously. Obviously. Sorry I didn't say that. And that is the annoying thing about Burrow, is that it's the first, like, Steelers wholeheartedly hated with my whole heart, right? Not even an issue. Rapist quarterback. That sucks that it happened, but I'm glad I got to root against him, right? And he should be in jail. Now you're just going to give us another rapist quarterback. It almost feels like too easy to, like, hate the Browns. Of course, they just keep employing, our rivals keep employing rapists, so fuck them. And then that's the hard thing about the Bengals, like, Burrow is cool. I have to admit that.
Yeah.
He's fucking sick. Like,
He's a good dude.
He's good. He's fucking. He took that. Like, that is a legendary run. Like,
Yeah.
Football is hard to get there. Like, it's really hard, and it's like everything did kind of line up for them, but still, that it was because of him. That fucking line sucked dick. So it's tough to have a guy that it's like. Now, I'm not rooting for anybody to come out with anything about Joe. Let me put that clear. And you can cut that. You can cut me soliciting bad stories about Joe Burrow. And it doesn't have to be sexual assault. It could be something else. It could be
He didn't sign a kid's autograph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He spit on a child. You know what I mean?
Fine.
It doesn't have to be. We don't have to go full Roethlisberger with it. But give me something to hate the fucking guy with. Let his hair start falling out. That would honestly. Then I would be like, all right, he's on the team. If Burrow was balding and just had to do a comb over,
If he got like real bad acne,
Yeah.
like cystic acne.
Yeah. Give me something. The fucking guy's got it too easy. He does have to live in Cincinnati. Fuck that place.
Does the theory about coaches being like good at fucking, does that hold over to the NFL as well?
Ooh, that's very interesting. I haven't given it as much thought, but we can do it on the fly here right
Because
now.
I don't think that they're like, if you look across the league, they're like maybe a handful of guys that would be competent. in the bedroom.
McVay winning a Super Bowl this year would maybe help you out because he definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I say? He seems like a little too much show, not enough go.
Correct.
When it comes to fucking.
Well, he's got like. He likes to take his shirt off and do a dance,
Right.
like
Right.
Patrick Bateman watch himself in the mirror.
Yes.
while
He can only
fucking.
come if he can look at his pecs
Yeah,
while
right.
he's
Right.
coming.
If he can look at a play sheet, he's just reciting old plays from 10
Yeah.
years ago while he's trying to come.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be like a jackrabbit too, just like real fast.
That's true.
Like he only cares about himself.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
bedroom.
true.
The Harbaughs, I mean, we're good friends with Jim Harbaugh, and
Yeah.
we're pretty sure he just has sex just to procreate. That's it.
the problem with football. Football guys in general,
Yeah.
they love football so much they don't get pussy.
Right.
Which is crazy because it's like, as a football star, that's kind of the gateway in. You get all your pussy in high school as a football guy. You fuck all in college and high school, and then you're done.
You're like,
you know what I
seen
mean?
them once, seen them all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they are like football coaches. They basically only have sex to just create more football coaches.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they're
Deuce
doing.
Gruden's out there somewhere.
They're not doing it for pleasure. They're we
no.
just need to keep filling these football coaches.
I need someone to run some cover 2 drills. That's why I'm busting inside you tonight. Don't get any ideas. It ain't happening tomorrow. Just asking his wife when she's ovulating. So he's like,
Yeah, we were saying that Jim Harbaugh just gets a boner like once a month.
Yep.
It's like it's time. It's
Yeah.
back again. It's back again.
Let's
Just
do
had a
it.
big win last night.
100%.
I only have winning babies. I don't fuck after losses.
you don't want that juju on your nut.
But Belichick gets it done.
Yeah.
He knows all the tricks. is the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a guy who studied like the Kama Sutra. He's watched those videos where they teach you how to make a woman squirt over and over. You know what I mean? Bill's just like, assume the position, and his fucking wife gets on all fours. He's got like a special fuck pillow.
Yeah.
It's just like with his. He's got the.
He doesn't. He can come on. Like he can wait forever to come. Like he has a control.
Yes,
where
absolutely.
he's just like, nope, I'm not done.
He does like cock kegels. Where he knows how to bring that little vein vein in your cock. He knows how to open and close it on command for sure, without question.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like comedy has like right now everyone wants to be a comedian. Does that feel right?
I don't know, dude. It's that's weird. I don't. Maybe I do think there is like I do think there's maybe a little bit of like a comeback because I think for the last like 10 years no one really gave a fuck about comedy. It's weird that like everyone like cares this much about what comedians have to say. Which,
right.
Like to me, again, I take the view like we're clowns. We're the lowest form of show business. I'm doing this because at 19, I didn't want a job.
Right.
Like, that's the only reason, and that's honestly most comedians. Is like, the good ones just, like, kind of fell into it. We're fucking idiots. We learned how to tell jokes, but, like, I've gotten dumber every year since 20, without question.
Yeah.
I was pretty smart in college, and I just forgot everything so I could learn about, like, asking someone in the front row the last time they ate pussy. You know what I mean? Like I know, like the way like Ed Reed would watch film and be prepared for every possible answer. That's my brain on when it comes to like sexual crowd work. Yeah. And so I don't fucking know what's going on in the world. You know?
Right.
I have a basic idea of like we should treat people better, and we're the richest country in the history of the world. Nobody should fucking be homeless and shit like that. I have basic ideas, but I don't go out there and like, you know, try and make points or everything. So I do find it very funny that everyone gives a fuck. Like Ricky Gervais, right? I haven't seen the last thing he's doing, the trans shit. I'm sure it's dog shit. Like, I'm sure it's just hack and it's just like hateful and it's the kind of thing you have to do to get a rise out of people.
Well, it's punching down, and that's the problem. Like, I think people at the end of the day, like comedians, people can tell when you punch down.
Yeah.
They can tell. They can be like, hey, that's mean, you're punching down.
Gervais has always been a guy that's like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to shock the world.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
Like,
And it's
he does look at himself as, like we were talking earlier, we're the last truth tellers out there.
Exactly. And we're not.
I'm going to say some things that will make you uncomfortable. He's taking out like full page ads.
Yeah.
Being like, fuck trans people. Does that offend you?
Exactly.
Sorry.
And that's shit you do when you're 20, right?
Right.
And Norm Macdonald had a great line where he said this, where he was like, R.I.P. one of the best ever. People say comedians are the modern day philosophers. He's like, you know who I think are modern day philosophers? Philosophers.
Right.
Like, we're still making them.
Yeah.
They're still going to school. They're reading about philosophy. They're not getting drunk and trying to get pussy from a waitress their whole, 20s. So it's like, I think, I do think comedy is cooler again, but there is a little bit with that where it's like, and back to Cumtown a little bit, where it's like, I joke about it being whatever, but it's like, I don't want to be fucking Ricky Gervais is like 60 and he's trying to shock people.
Right.
That's pathetic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to fuck it. Like, that's a young man's game, saying the dumbest shit in the world. And that's a little bit about as much as I love it, it's like, I'm fucking when we started this, I was in my mid-20s. I was living in a windowless room. I'm 33. You know what I mean? Like,
You're rich.
I'm rich. You know what I mean? Like, I have money. I have a window now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like,
Multiple, I would assume.
have multiple windows. One in my living room, one in my fucking bedroom.
You got a door in your apartment now?
Yeah, dude. It closes and everything.
When you get that first door, that's a big step up.
Yeah. That first
I stood in front of it.
non-cardboard door.
I was just like opening it and closing. I was like, this is incredible.
Have you guys?
So I just wanted. So that's the like, and comedy should just be like fun and a good ass time, like hanging out. That's what I think my biggest skill is. Like, I'm just a good time. I'm a good hang. Fucking listen to a podcast. Talk to me on stage. Watch my special. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good ass time. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make you fucking think.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make you laugh, bro.
And
maybe suck my dick after the show if you're a hot girl. Those are my two aims.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely
actually,
right,
I'll put
though.
that one first.
Yeah.
That really is the
Suck
reason
dick
I do.
first, yeah.
If
Like,
I
would you enjoy doing stand-up comedy if it was just hot chicks and they didn't laugh at all at any of your jokes, but you were on stage and then you were definitely going to get your peener sucked afterwards?
That's
You still got paid.
You get paid, but nobody
No
laughs
one laughs.
ever.
Now this is tough because remember what I said? I'm not a philosopher, but I'm going to give it a shot. This is a philosophical quandary. I guess it would depend how good the top was. Like, is there a way I could know?
But that would get old, right? Like,
That would get
I would
old.
assume after like a
You want
week.
the laughs.
You're right. There is a part of you that wants, but like you just want attention. You're a little attention hog. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely who I was when I was a little kid, and it's who I am now. And they're both kind of the same thing, where it's like you just want attention either from the masses or from like one hot girl. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like, I'll
right.
take-
Whichever way, yeah, give me
I
either
like
or.
both.
Yeah.
I like a sampler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want a little sampler pack. I don't want one or the other.
What's
for sure.
I mean, I love you are spot on that like being a good hang is like it's it's not rocket science.
That's
it's like
it.
people want to hang out with you, like you're a good time.
I like hanging out. Too.
Right.
That's my job. I like to think of it as like I went pro at hanging out. That's what a fucking.
I like that.
That's what
I
podcasting.
feel the same
that's
way
what comedy.
sometimes.
Truly,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
definitely are like that. And there's different like directions to take it. You know.
I was actually gonna hit you up about the Bulls Bucks series to see if you'd want to do a live stream, but the Bulls were such a joke by the end of
Yeah.
the season
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do this. But you should.
I would love
You
to
should
come
come
back.
hang
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
NFL Sunday. That would be very, very
absolutely
funny.
a big Ravens game. I would love to. Get
Yeah.
out for that.
Oh,
for
maybe
sure.
a Ravens Steelers you versus Jersey Jerry. We got a character here, Jersey Jerry, that is like literally he'll come in on a Tuesday and he's got the Steelers shoes, shorts, like
Love that.
jumper.
He DMs their best players on their birthdays every year.
DMs are, dude, he DM'd Mitch
birthday, man.
Trubisky's wife when they signed him. Like, yeah, no, you remember we had him on every now and then, and he like totally unironically did the exact same thing as Mac and Always Sunny with Chase Utley. He did that with TJ Watt.
That's awesome.
Where he was like, and when Mitch got signed, like one of our colleagues, Caleb, is like best friends with Mitch.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
he basically was like, I don't really want to interview Mitch. I just want to maybe have a catch with him, see how his spiral looks. Dead serious. Like I'm
He's
not
doing
even
reporting.
Dude,
Yeah.
not even joking.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, you're right though. Hang like you are very, very good at that. What's the closest? Have you guys ever come close to like being quote unquote canceled or had like the fire come your way? And what was your reaction?
That's the thing. It's like there's nothing to take from me.
Right.
I'm putting my special out on fucking YouTube.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
like, believe me, I wish I was cancelable. I'm a guy with a fucking podcast. It happens to make a lot of money, but it's not like I'm not, like what happened to Shane is fucked up. I think that was completely that's a very simple, it's an oversimplification of who he was. He's a hysterical comic, one of the best people. Honestly, one of the nicest guys in comedy, one of the nicest guys I know, period. So to take the shit he said when he was like struggling and like just kind of podcasting to try and figure something out and take it out of context and make him lose the biggest opportunity in comedy, whatever you want to say about SNL, it's the biggest show. Like, you launch your career off that show.
Right.
And Shane would have been a fucking, he still is going to be.
his
He's
sketch
fucking
stuff
hilarious.
is hilarious.
Oh, so
Yeah.
funny. But he would like they took something very tangible away from him.
Yeah.
I don't got NBC trying to give me a fuck. You know what I mean? They're not trying to put me on SNL. No one's trying to put me on TV.
I think it worked
know?
out for Shane though.
Yeah.
I think that.
Well, he was going to be fine because he's so funny, but he'd
But
be
also, there's like boxes that you have to play in there where it's like you can't do this, you can't do that, and you also have to like, it's not going to be your sketches that get made every single week there.
Right.
So
right.
I feel like what he's got set up is actually it's kind of like when Big Cat and I got fired at ESPN2
Yeah, I remember.
after half a show.
I remember that because I dip in and out. You were in the heavy rotation. Now I just don't listen to podcasts as much. But I remember that entire saga. You guys really got your asses fucked on that one.
But it's similar to Shane where it's like the
good.
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah.
We're Budenholzer.
You are a couple power bottoms. I'll give you that.
No, I've always said it's like the lesson learned from that is like it's like the mob trying to go for real.
Right.
It's like don't get
That's
out of
a
your
great
lane.
point. That's a great
And
point.
like that's what I love about you guys is you guys have your audience and you have your audience and like
Yeah.
you now can live in a world where it's like your audience is enough and you don't have to step out and play by these rules that everyone wants to put on everyone else. Like
Yeah, and it's like, look, I just want to fucking put my, like, I want my comedy out there, and then, like, I want to do other shit, too. Like, I'm interested in acting. I'm interested in, like, making my own stuff. But it's like, I'll just make my own shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like, at a certain point, it's also like, I have to think people have to realize, like, words aren't the fucking problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, truly a joke is not the issue. Again, comedians are not who you need to be fucking, I don't want to get too political, but it's like, there's some real actual shit going on, like in our country that we could actually put some of that. But I think that's also people are so powerless now that it's like,
Yes.
we feel like we can't do shit. So it's like, well, why don't we take this guy's why don't we make sure that this comedian's family can't get health care? Because he said something because we said something we didn't like.
that will
Because-
make us feel better.
because we don't have the balls to assassinate a politician.
Yeah.
the culture wars are like so much easier to go after too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
more readily accessible. It's like I can go online and yell at a celebrity.
And those people just keep coming online being like, why is my life hollow?
Right, right,
Like,
right,
I spend all day trying to
right.
ruin other people's lives, yet I can't find happiness. How's this not working for me?
I know. And the nice thing is like it was a little bit like when you first get any kind of like online fame, it's like it is a bit of a shock and it's like can be a little desensitized. So
Yeah.
It can fuck you up. But like honestly, I feel like I kind of got my vaccine where it's like that happened early on in Cumtown. I don't look at shit anymore. Like my YouTube channel is another thing that I want to plug. Like please go watch it. I put stand up every day. I put a clip every day, and then I also put 2 longer clips there a week. And that's where the special will come out. It's just my name, Stavros Halkias. I'm really like, I really want to fucking put a lot of energy into that because I just love stand-up. I want people to see more of it. But I don't read a fucking comment. I don't read my Instagram comment. I don't read a TikTok comment. Like, that's over for me. I don't go on Reddit. I don't even know how to use Reddit. So it's perfect. you know?
I had the same path where it's like early on I would read everything. And then you get to a point you're like, why am I doing this? Because now it's affecting my own creative like energy where it's like I feel like low at the end of the day because I'm reading 10 positive comments but 1 negative one, and then you just cut it all out and it's so freeing because it's like none of it really matters. They're yelling to avoid, and I love the people who care enough, like they obviously are fans.
Exactly.
But every fandom, every online like interaction goes the same. It's like starts as a fan and then just is like these guys suck now. That's it. That's the evolution of everything.
It's like Dennis Quaid or Randy Quaid in Major League, where he becomes such a big fan. And he goes to every fucking game, but he's on the outfield be like, Wild Thing, you stink. You fucking stink. And he's got like the big X on.
And it's like I don't even blame him because it's like, if you listen to something forever and you have to and you like try to talk about it every day, you're gonna eventually just be like, these guys suck. Because it's not fun to say these guys are awesome all the time.
But that's the thing. It's like, why do you have to talk? Like, why do you have to talk about it? I'm a fan of shit. I'm a fan of shit. I don't fucking talk. I just enjoy the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I do listen to the podcast, or all, like other podcasts that I like to listen to. It's like I don't fucking think about their personal lives. You know what I mean? I just enjoy the fucking thing they're putting out. And the other thing is there's ways to like interact. Like that's why I do love going on the road, even though it's like grueling and it's like, you're just you miss, like I've been on the road 9 months. I'm getting fat as fuck as a result. My whole life is nothing but, comedy, fucking chicken tenders, and just like trying to get my dick sucked. And that can
it's not
take
a bad life.
It's not a bad life, but listen, if there was a pill I could take where I didn't gain 60 pounds every time I went on a fucking 6-month tour, that would be heaven. But it's like I feel my body, I'm hitting the big and tall store. You know what I mean? I'm dipping my little nuts back into the big and tall store. It's always tough when you have to go back. You're like, I thought I was done with this place.
Oh
forever.
no, dude! I've talked about I had to size up this last year, and the worst part for me was like all these people send me free shit, which is great. I'm not complaining about that, but having to hit them up and be like, "Hey, double XL now."
Hey,
like,
hey, do you guys make 3X?
Yeah, like you sent me a bunch of free shit. I appreciate it, but it doesn't fit.
Oh, dude, absolutely. But like that's also why I like being on the road is because like you interact with people in an actual way where it's like I'm on stage and I meet people afterwards because like it does like that's how I want to interact with you, like a real human being. And it's like obviously it's not forever, but I'll try and chat a little bit with people. And it's like that's like that also is the problem with the internet too. I mean we've gone through it 100 times. But that's why I like the live shows more because it's like I'll shake your hand, I'll thank you, and I'm being sincere too. I love that people come out to see me. That's my favorite part of all of this is performing live.
Right.
So, and that's that's just a better way to interact with somebody.
It blows my mind every time we go out and like we'll do like a meetup and it would just be like, holy fuck! Like there's this. We went to Buffalo last summer and we were like, hey, we're gonna be at this bar for 2 hours. I don't think we took pictures for 2 hours straight. And then you walk away and it's almost refreshing. It's like, oh my God, there's an entire world out here that they don't give a fuck about whatever war Barstool's in at this moment or like whatever controversy is going on. They just want to laugh. It's the best feeling ever.
And they like you guys personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
99.9% of the time, they're awesome people. Like just very normal, regular people that I love hanging out with.
Totally.
Like it's actually, it is refreshing to see that experience like face to face as opposed to just like somebody replying to a tweet being like, yo, the audio's off in this fucking episode. It's nice to know that like people care about you care about them. I think it's a more healthy way to like experience comedy too, is face to face.
That's the whole fucking thing.
Press play, listen to it on a machine and then stop it.
Dude, 100%. And that's what's weird is like I didn't have the internet until I was like fucking 14.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm
we're the
not-
last. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Right, so we're both 37. Oh, PFT
Yeah.
is more like 27. Sorry.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're the last. This like 30s, mid 30s to late 30s.
Yeah, depending on how poor you were.
But it's the last.
you
No,
know,
but I didn't have
I'm
a,
a-
I didn't have a
yeah,
cell
yeah.
phone until I was 18.
Yeah.
Like, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the last. Like, Facebook was invented when I was like a junior in college.
Right,
Like, it's
right,
the last.
No, I remember my cousin in college showing me Facebook and me being like, "You dumb bitch, you're putting your name on the internet." You know, and now it's like I have thousands of hours talking about how little and fucked up my dick is just on the internet. It's like if my family. So I'm having like nieces and nephews and shit like
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna be able to like I'm
yeah.
like, oh fuck, that's all out there. You know what I mean?
I was joking about your uncle was joking about his dick.
yeah.
It's not true.
But yeah, man, it is fucking wild.
Well, this has been awesome.
Dude, thanks for having
Everyone,
me.
check out the special. We'd love to have you back on.
Dude, anytime.
Maybe talk some NBA basketball.
I'd love
Yeah.
to talk hoops. I actually do know about hoops. I love it so much. And when Giannis is back in the mix, and then fucking bring me out for a big Ravens game.
Yes.
Dude, I'd love to do that.
That would be must watch. You versus Jersey Jerry. All right, so we got one last question. We got the row back. We got gear for you if you want it.
Ooh, I love it.
RHOBACK. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Q-Zips hoodies. Everything out there. Actually, should we get Billy in here to ask a question?
Yeah, let's
because
get
Billy and Stav. Let's get Billy in here.
I'd love to interact with Billy.
Yeah, Billy. I don't know what. And don't tell him. Just get him in here. Because when he doesn't know he has to ask a question, we had Ryan Whitney on, who's a coworker, and I just was like, Billy, ask him a question at the end, and he just goes, "So how was your Saturday?" And it was Wednesday.
That's fucking awesome.
His brain just like stops working.
What was the last one he asked? He was like, "What does your shirt say?"
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like just a brand name. It was like Russell Athletic. It says Russell Athletic.
What a fucking broadcaster he is.
Yeah. He's got it. He's got
the it factor.
He's got it. All right, let's see.
All right,
Billy.
Here he
he's
is.
looking tired.
Looking awesome.
He's looking very tired.
See, this is the guy that I said was unironically dressed as Duff Man.
you look sick, dude.
That's a totally normal outfit. Billy, you have a last question for Stav?
Yes.
What's up, dude?
How you're an extremely successful podcaster.
Wow,
I
the
just wanna-
wind up.
He's trying to find his words to land this plane.
Usually he'll say, "Quick question," and then that buys him another like 5 seconds to stop and think.
Well, I just would like to know, like, if you had to give any advice to young, aspiring
Oh, wow.
podcasters.
This is a really good question, Billy. This is something I've never been asked. Young is.
Wait, was there a question?
Yeah.
If I had to, what would I say? Well, I guess I would ridicule the person who asked me that question. That would be step one in this hypothetical, if I had to do it. And then I would say, don't do it. Get a job. Go to community college. It's not going to work out. I think those would be my main takeaways.
But you
I
have
wanted
to understand, Billy's asking, in this specific situation, how does he get me or PFT dead?
Right.
That's all he's asking. How does he kill? He's not asking young, aspiring podcasters.
I
He's saying,
see.
how can I kill
This
PFT
is
or
like-
Big Cat without anyone knowing it was
This is
me?
Barstool Succession right now. He's Kendall. He's trying to get
Dude,
you guys.
we joked about it the other day in the car. We were just like, I don't know where we were doing or where we were going, but we're like, what would Billy's reaction be if one of us died? And then like we all were laughing.
Next
like,
man up.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
get
he
Billy
would-
in the
he'd
chair.
be like, that's interesting. And then be like, everyone like round on me. I just got a raise.
It's like when your dog starts to eat you when you die. That would be Billy. He would just be like,
Well, yeah, he'd like go to the door for a little bit. He'd like sniff around, see if anybody's coming, and like check for breath, and then be like,
oh, this seat's
I gotta
empty.
eat. I gotta
Yeah.
eat too.
Yeah.
So he really is dead, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess someone's got to sit here.
yeah. Billy, let me ask you a question. Something I've been wondering is, do you eat pussy?
Oh.
Because you got a big neck, you got a thick neck. It seems like it could handle some pussy eating, but something about you said maybe the camo Crocs is what it is. Tell me you don't eat pussy. So can I ask you that, and what would you say?
It's not keto.
It's not keto. It's very keto. What are you talking
dude,
about?
it's
Pussy juice is keto, bro.
Dude, too many calories.
So that's a no, huh? Tough. Well, you know what? Then you're not getting the podcasting. The only people who get podcasting advice are the guys who eat pussy.
You gotta have. Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
withholding. Until, come back, let these guys know you ate pussy, and then I'll give you the advice.
That's fact.
That's good
Can we check in? Can
solidarity.
you let me know when he's eating pussy?
It's
All right.
also like that's how you get podcasting voice. You gotta have a little
That's
pussy
true.
in your throat.
I got Michael Douglas pussy throat cancer on purpose. If you listen to me 6 years ago, I had a higher pitched voice. I had to bring it down to the radio, and that's what. Yeah, you're a little nasally, Billy. I would eat pussy just for the sound alone.
He's got deviated septum. Billy might actually choke on pussy.
He's so uncomfortable right now. He's so uncomfortable.
Dude, I've just been in the woods in solitary. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. You weren't in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Billy can't say a sentence without incriminating.
All right, well, good question, Billy.
Thank you, Billy. Great question.
Would you like row back?
I've already been offered row back, and yes, I'll take it. Thank you,
Yes.
Billy.
All right, Stav, thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
We got to have you back on.
Anytime.
Broke the seal.
Go
I
watch the
know.
special.
I can already tell this is going to be a fan favorite interview.
I love it.
Everyone, please watch the special. Just turn it on and just keep playing.
Turn on, keep fucking playing it. Put it with just a little bit of volume. Let it fucking play over and over again. June 5th, Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. I'm going to do like an actual premiere where I'll be in the live chat fucking around with people in the thing. It's apparently good for the numbers if people watch it the first in the premiere, or at least the first couple
We'll
days
hop in
after.
too.
Yeah. Please hop
We'll
in.
be
I would
in.
love that.
The
That would
part
be
of my
huge.
take account will be in
Billy,
there.
I hope you've eaten pussy by June 5th, okay?
Would you like to hop in on TikTok with these guys?
No, we're not doing 30 minutes of TikTok.
Okay, what about 15?
No, we'll
That's
do it
so
later
much
tonight or tomorrow.
So behind on TikTok.
Okay, well that's that's a you problem.
Billy fucking
away.
rocks, dude. He's just shitty at his job, begging on the air for his bosses to help him.
You just summed it all up so perfectly. You've been in this office for 1 hour. You are a truth teller.
yeah, I
Comedians
guess you're
are
right.
the truth tellers of America. Oh my God. All right, thanks.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me.
Stav was brought to you by our great friends over at Movement. Movement Watches is an American watchmaker that sells watches as well as sunglasses and other accessories. With fair prices, unexpected colors, and clean original designs, Movement grew into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. Movement watches have the look and the quality of a department store watch, but they cost a fraction of the price because they were built online and own their process from start to finish. Now Movement has expanded into minimalist jewelry, blue light glasses, and more style accessories and essentials that don't break the bank. Movement is having a huge site-wide sale for Father's Day. Get your dad something nice. This is a beautiful, affordable gift that you can give him. Their prices are slashed up to 40% off from May 31st to June 17th to make sure you get the perfect gift for dad. From classic dress watches to adventure watches to summer-ready boating sunnies. Go check them out right now. I love their watches. I gave my entire family Movement watches 1 year for Christmas. They were all massive hits. Everyone loves them. Now's the time to take care of your Father's Day shopping. Your dad does a lot for you. Do something nice for him. Take care of it now so you don't have to worry about it down the road. You can get all of your shopping done right now, and you can save up to 40% off for Father's Day for that big gift for dad. Join the movement by going to mvmt.com/pardon. Get up to 40% off at mvmt.com/pardon.
Okay, let's wrap up. Let's talk some hockey. We have McDavid versus McKinnon starting tonight, which I'm so excited for that series. Oilers versus Avalanche is going to be fireworks. Last we talked, the Oilers finished off the Flames in one of like the best 5-game series I've ever watched. Just
Yeah, they're
because
crazy games.
I think they broke a record in that last game with 4 goals in like a minute and a half, back and forth. But now we get the Oilers and Avs in the West, and we get the Rangers and the Lightning in the East, and we have our darling Memes here, who is rock bottom. Please let us know, because we actually started taping with a period to go. What happened? Give us a breakdown of what happened in that Rangers-Canes Game 7.
The Canes got skull fucked hard.
By who?
The Rangers.
Yeah.
Have
you seen the absolute scenes going
Yeah.
on in Central Park right now?
No, I have not. Imagine just a bunch of homeless people.
Okay, well, we'll get you there. Yeah, we'll get you there. It's gonna be great. We actually decided before this that Memes is gonna go to Central Park for a watch party and make a video that won't be released. It will just be for us to watch.
I think he should have to wear like full Rangers gear too, like really blend in.
That would be nice. Now memes, maybe a big picture question for you. This was supposed to be the Islanders. Now you're an Islanders fan, right?
Yes.
The Islanders championship window. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year
And the year before.
and the year before. Now the Rangers, a very young team that their championship window, some may say, hasn't even opened yet, have already equaled the best Islanders seasons in what, like 30 years?
Yeah, about that.
But the nice thing is, like, you've got an awesome coach, Barry Trotz. He has proven playoff success.
It's just mean.
Like, you got to ride with him, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy that he got the
Championship
Capitals to
medal.
win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
This guy's money in the playoffs. So, like, he's not going to let quality decrease. As long as he's there, I think the window is still definitely open.
This is so mean.
What? No. Oh, is he not there anymore?
Yeah, they fired him.
All right. Well, all
they
right.
fired
fine,
him.
Fine. All right. So that might have happened. But you guys still have the best home ice in the entire NHL
That's
at the
true.
barn.
The barn's so nice.
At the Nassau Coliseum.
Barn's not there.
Oh, what?
Nope.
Oh, no.
That's
what happened to
tough.
the barn?
It's gone.
Oh, brutal.
The place that you play now has all the soul of the old place, right?
Right.
The old arena.
Yeah.
It's loud. It's old.
It's new.
It's new.
new.
Okay, so it's not old. All right, so what do you think the Rangers are going to get? Because we watched the game together, and you went through the entire range of emotions. Where in the first period, Memes became a shoot the puck guy. He was just like, the Canes just don't shoot the puck. They need to shoot the puck. And then you transitioned into, I heard you just mumbling, this is a disaster. And then you kept on saying, the Lightning are going to kill them.
Yeah, so that's accurate.
So the Lightning are going to kill them.
Yeah, 4-0 sweep.
Really?
No, that's probably not going to happen.
Okay.
It's a rest versus rust.
What will you?
Situation.
What will happen if the Rangers do win this series to you mentally?
Just bad.
Okay.
Just bad things?
Dark, bad things.
Okay. All right. Any last words?
No, everyone at this company is just a Rangers fan all of a sudden. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, and they're scumbags, right?
Oh yeah, the worst. Terrible people.
Don't you guys root for the same football team though?
Well, some
Some.
don't.
Yeah.
New York is confusing like
Yeah,
that.
they should just have one team for everything.
Yeah, agreed. They should contract New York City.
You
actually.
realize all your teams would be the ones contracted. You're a Mets, Islanders, Jets fan. Do not vote for that memes. Keep your teams.
Steve Cohen though.
Steve Cohen, yes, that's true.
I think Hank
Dude, the Mets are incredible right now.
I have a fun stat
Yeah.
talking about the New York team should have just one team.
Oh,
for
this
each.
is coming from Dave Portnoy's Twitter retweets.
No, this is just Boston Sports Info.
It's the guy where it's
Boston
going from.
making their 19th finals appearance in this century, the most by any region in that span. Perspective: New York, who has 2 teams per sport, Yankees, Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, Islanders have just 10 appearances.
Yikes.
So that's twice as many appearances, half as many teams.
That's just New York City.
But
You have to
again-
add in the Buffalo teams too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
good point. And again,
Yeah, you didn't count the Buffalo teams. They've been to none.
a lot.
No, Sabres. Was that two? No, that was
The Sabres
was that
have been
2000?
good in centuries.
No, they went. Am I making that up? That they went to a Stanley
don't
Cup
know.
final?
I don't know,
I don't
but
think they did.
memes like it seems bad,
No, Hasek went with someone else.
but you still got John Tavares, and as long as he's there leading the guys, like I think he's shown the stability that you'll need
You're the worst.
to rebuild.
Okay, well, memes. Thank you. We appreciate it. You're. I'm sure you'll be fine. You're not totally in denial or anything.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
The hate fuels back up on Wednesday.
Oh, is it Wednesday? That's a quick turnaround. There
Yeah.
you go. 98-99 was when they won the
was a-
conference.
that
So
was
I
a
was
while
close.
ago.
I was very close. I do remember them going. Okay, thank you, memes. All right, let's finish up with one of the best stories. Maybe the story that will bring baseball back, which is funny because it needs football to bring it back. But Joc Pederson and Tommy Pham over the weekend, if you missed it. So Tommy Pham on the Reds, Joc Pederson on the Giants. It comes out a report that Tommy Pham slapped Joc Pederson in the face before Giants-Reds game. There was a weather delay. And after the game, the reporters talked to Joc Pederson. He doesn't deny any of it. Neither does Tommy Pham. They ask why, and essentially it boils down to they were in a fantasy football league together. Joc Pederson was stashing guys on the injured reserve. Tommy Pham didn't like it, got upset. Joc Pederson then shared a meme that was disrespectful to the Padres, and then we get the scene on whatever it was, Friday, where a grown man slapped another man, 2 pro athletes, over a fantasy football fight.
And then Joc was like showing the text exchange to reporters afterwards and be like, here's the GIF in question that I sent. Yes, I did send a disrespectful meme to the guys. And then I guess Tommy Pham was like, you don't know me well enough to make jokes like that. Because we've all been like in groups with guys like that get overly familiar a little bit too quickly. So like you see kind of where he's going from. Memes palling us. Yeah. Jake, this Manning Hank last week. But I absolutely love the story because this is an unreported side of fantasy sports. Because you've always got, like Matthew Berry does his little video sequences about like the funniest punishments. Like some guy has to wear a dress and stand outside holding a sign being like, I suck at fantasy football. He reports on those all the time.
Right.
But we don't get to hear the dark side of fantasy football because I'm sure probably like 9 or 10 people get murdered every year over fantasy sports debates. Things that start in a fantasy sports debate. That's what I want to hear more about.
Well, so I initially, when Joc Pederson explained it, so it didn't sound like he did anything wrong in terms of the rules, but there is always that guy in everyone's fantasy league, that the guy who's like he's the guy who's very, very active on the waiver wire to a point where like he sets an alarm at 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who will send out trade requests every week where it's like 3 of his shitty players for your best player, just hoping someone accidentally hits accept on it. He's that guy. So nothing he does is illegal, but everyone knows that guy, and they're like, he's kind of annoying. Like, it's just a fact. But then the fact that Tommy Pham got upset over a GIF, I then swung very hard back to Joc Pederson's side. Like, that was just a funny GIF.
Yeah, it was a fair GIF.
Yeah.
It was like 3 weightlifters, and then the Padres one fucks himself up. I think that's, like, you should be able to bust balls like that in a fantasy group chat. Otherwise, what's the purpose of having the chat?
Yeah. And then Tommy Pham also said, we had too much money on the line, so I look at it like there's a code. You're fucking with my money, then you're going to say some disrespectful shit. There's a code to this.
He broke the code.
Chill out, dude. Like, you're a professional athlete. If you're playing for so much money that you have to slap another man, maybe take a step back and be like, this might not be for me.
Joc Pederson just should have sent him the crying faces and be like, who did this, Pham?
Yeah, yes. And then Tommy Pham, the best part about this whole story is Tommy Pham got suspended for 3 games, and he didn't appeal any of it because he's like, yeah, I slapped the fuck out of him.
Probably worth it for Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing like unloading a good slap. I'm not here to say whether or not the slap was justified, but when you connect on a good slap, it's more satisfying than knocking somebody out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just
more
like, you're my bitch.
disrespectful, too, yeah.
I put in a request to try to get Joc Pederson on the show because the way he was doing his interviews, it feels like he'll tell us everything.
Put a player on the injured reserve when they were listed as out, and added another player, and then there was a text message in the group saying that I was cheating because I was stashing players on my bench. And then, I don't know, I looked up the rules and sent a screenshot of the rules, how it says that when a player is ruled out, you're allowed to put him on the IR. And that's all I was doing. And then it just so happened that he had a player, Jeff Wilson, who was out, and he had him on the IR, and I said, you literally have the same thing on your team, on your bench. And then I guess he was in 2 leagues, and in one of them he was on the IR and one of them he wasn't, so maybe that was a confusion. But on the ESPN league we were in, it was listed as out, so it's like it feels very similar to what I did, and that was basically all of it. There's not much more to it.
Like, he just explained it all. I want to know who was in this league. I want to know how much money it was for. Like, give us all the details, because this now, like, this fantasy league, this should be a fantasy league that we all can watch happen in real life.
Yeah,
like
or-
I'd love to see this as a bottom ticker on CBS on Sundays, being like Joc Pederson is got 145 points. Tommy, they should have to go head to head every single. Yeah, just pick
Or-
a matchup.
I want to get into a league with Tommy Pham.
Yeah,
I like the most dangerous game.
Yes.
And then I want to talk shit to him, and then maybe I'll get slapped one day. It'll be exhilarating.
Just
like,
send him
I'll
the-
be looking over my shoulder
Yeah.
everywhere I go. Like, fuck, I really roasted him in the chat last night in front of the fellas. He's
Yeah.
probably pretty sore about that.
just send him the most disrespectful trade offers.
Oh,
until
yeah.
he just cracks.
Exactly, yeah. Just absolutely roast him. Just laser in on him. So open invite to Tommy Pham. I want to be in a league with Tommy Pham next year.
Yeah,
Or Joc Pederson. Either one.
I think Joc Pederson seems like a pretty cool guy. Like I know that he was probably, although
I don't know if he's that cool.
Once you get slapped, you're allowed to share the text messages.
I don't know. The way that he was like describing, he was like very somber when reporting on like the different language that was used in the group chat, and he was like confirming it. He sounded just like a lawyer that was talking his client through a guilty plea. He was like, yes, there was indeed a disrespectful meme that was shared. He was like sad about the whole thing. I wanted him to be just like go on the offensive a little bit.
Yeah.
I want him to defend himself actually against allegations that he was being a dickhead on IR.
Because I do think he
didn't
was,
deny that.
Yeah, I think he was being that guy in everyone's fantasy league, where it's like, dude, just relax for a second. Like you know, you don't have to do this. The guy who basically makes the fantasy league his like full-time job, and he just is always and then sends you the trade request, and then like 20 minutes later texts you trying to convince you, and like basically every trade request becomes a mini game of Shark Tank for him.
Yeah.
Where it's like, just relax, okay? I'll get to it when I get to it.
We do need updates though. I
Yeah.
need to know how the rest of the league goes. It is the best baseball story so far.
And it is because of football.
Yeah.
So thank you, football king again.
NFL's king.
It's like I was thinking about the whole story, and I was like, the best part is that the NFL has made baseball relevant. Mm-hmm. So you're welcome. More. I seriously though, we should fucking do it. We should fucking figure out a way to get these guys to like go in a pickoff on the Barstool Sportsbook every Sunday.
It'd be
Tommy
incredible.
Pham versus Joc Pederson.
I just want to. I want to see them fight. I want to see them. They should like if you get slapped. There's an element of surprise that goes into a slap that you can explain away and be like, I was not prepared to defend myself against a slap because it could be a sneak attack. He needs to go after Tommy Pham next time he sees him.
Yes.
Like there's some unfinished business there. I will judge Joc Pederson very harshly if he does not even try to go after him. Like you can't just tuck tail and walk away after getting slapped.
Unless he won the fantasy league and he won all of Tommy Pham's money.
That's true.
Then he gets the last slap.
That's true.
How much do you think this actually was like?
So that
10 grand?
How much would it be for you to get so mad over a fantasy league to slap somebody else?
Well, so I was thinking about it. If it was 10, if each guy paid 10 grand and the winner got all 100 grand, and it was a situation where you were. Although this was like week 5, he said. So it was early on.
I'm gonna look up how much money Tommy Pham makes.
I don't think
That
he's.
makes a
he's been
difference.
around for a while. I hate him just because he was a Cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, he signed a 1 year, $7.5 million contract.
So maybe it's like 50 grand each.
Yeah,
And then
that's probably worth a slap if you lost 50 grand in it.
yeah, and it's also like it could be theoretically that you know how we always do the math where it's like you could lose you put in 50 grand, but if you lose the league and you feel like you got wronged and you should have won it, it's like I lost 500 grand because that's what I would have won.
You know what? The commissioner of this league's been mighty silent. I don't
Yeah.
even know who it is.
I don't know either. We gotta find that
They need
out.
to investigate because
I'm gonna
that-
start doing some investigation
because the IR list thing that's on the commissioner.
Yeah.
If somebody's abusing it to step in and do that, like of course you're going to take advantage of all the rules.
And by the investigation, I'm just gonna text Rizzo and be like, "Yo, were you in Jock's league?"
Yeah, who
and
has
he's gonna
it?
be like, "No," or not reply, and that will be the end of my investigation.
But yeah, Tommy.
But I'm
Pham,
gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on it for the people.
open invite to both you and Joc. I would like to have you guys both in a fantasy football league with me next
Yes,
year.
we will say. You know what? Here's what we'll do. Tommy Pham, Joc Pederson. We will be in a fantasy football league with you two guys. It will be the Pardon My Take league. There's enough of us now that we can get an entire league together, and we will all tank our teams to make sure that you guys are 1 and 2 and play in the championship.
I like
That is
that.
our promise to you.
I like that.
We will field the worst possible teams we can field, just so that you guys can go mano-y-mano.
Yep. Blaine Gabbert 1-1.
How great would that be?
I would love it. I
Yeah.
would love it. Open invite. We'll make sure that but it's winner take all.
But it would be great too because it would be people could watch us and we would have a pact between everyone in this room that we have to play starters, but we have to see, like, we'll actually do a reverse winner. Whoever can field the worst team of starting players every week will be our winner. And then Joc Pederson and Tommy Pham will be the ultimate.
It's surprisingly difficult to do that. I tried to do it. I think in 2014, I started a league called Fantasy Failball, and that was the goal.
Yeah.
But you would shock yourself. There were
Right.
some weeks when you'd be like, okay, I'm going to start John Beck, so I'm definitely getting negative points out of him. But it's tough.
Yeah.
It's harder than you might
They're
think.
all starters, yeah. Okay, that's our show. We have no show tomorrow. Back on Friday after Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Are you going to be live streaming, Hank? Nah, let's not agree to anything. Maybe we will be.
You going to touch wood?
Maybe we will. Well, the first game's in San Francisco.
I mean, I can just do it from my apartment before we go on Zoom.
One last question, Hank, because I thought of you when this happened. Was there a moment where you were very confused how the Celtics didn't have home court?
Yes.
when I saw that the Warriors were the 3 seed, the Celtics were the 2, I was like, I know my man Hank. This man, he's gonna stare at like an article for at least 2 minutes, being like, "How is this possible?"
Yeah. No. Yeah. I. Yes.
Was it when the announcer said whoever wins this?
It was before the game. It was Heat Celtics, but it said Warriors verse, and both of them. I was like, that makes no sense. I thought it was gonna. I thought it was like it said that because they were waiting to see which team it was,
right?
And then it was gonna, reflect correctly,
right?
And then I realized after the Celtics won that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Did that affect your handicapping of the series? Because you said Celtics in 6.
No,
right?
he knew it now.
Yeah,
but there was definitely because
it would have been Celtics in 5, right?
That's how like intertwined we are on this podcast, that the first thing I thought of when it was like Warriors Game 1 in San Francisco, I was like, Hank is definitely going to be very confused and very mad about this situation for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. You're very correct. And
Liam, were you the same? Were you like, what the fuck?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It is kind of stupid because the seeding, like you're the 2 seed and they're the 3 seed, but it is record.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's our show. We'll see everyone on Friday. Numbers.
6.
91.
69.
19.
26.
Damn it, Hank.
25.
Maybe that's why you keep losing, Hank, is because you keep taking the reciprocal of my number.
You said 4?
Because Hank's never gotten it.
I said 26.
Whoa.
20.
New number.
All right.
Whoa.
How many we got left?
6, 26, 27, 29, 51, 78, 88.
So what's that? 7 numbers?
7 or 8, yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
What are we going to do when we hit all
7.
the numbers?
That'd be
Number
great.
Billy's got to be vegan. Billy's got to be
No,
vegan.
dude. Possums are huge in the battle against Lyme disease as they eat ticks. Shout out Kyle Long for saving 4 of them this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Long texted me. He was like, hey, should I send Billy some food? Because he keeps complaining he has no money. I was like, no.
What?
Why do you keep saying that?
I don't. Are you implying I text Kyle?
No,
for
no.
money?
You just say it out loud that you're like going hungry because you don't have money.
But wait, why are you preventing Kyle from sending?
Because I was like, you don't have
No, wait.
to
I
send
never.
him food.
Well,
He
no.
has
This
money.
is fabricated. I do not hit up Kyle Long.
No,
for
I never
money.
said you hit him up. I think you just say it places. He texted me. It was like, hey, is Billy like that down that he can't eat? And I was like, no.
Well, I was broke for like 2 weeks because of the IRS.
Okay.
That was hard.
Yeah. I was telling Kyle, don't feel that bad for Billy. He's just putting on.
Billy's low-key mad because you just stole meat out of his mouth.
Exactly.
That could have been the last meat he ever
Weirdest text I've ever gotten. Like out of nowhere. He's like, does Billy really can't eat? I was like, what?
I like to imagine that maybe Kyle Long has, like, maybe he's hunted something and he's got a surplus of meat.
If that's the case, I will make sure you get it.
Or is he
if
like,
that's the case, I'll make sure you
is
get
he
it.
asking about, like, should I go to the grocery store?
Yeah, I don't want Kyle Long
and
just
buy-
buying Billy meals.
You know how expensive
That's
New York
crazy.
City is?
Yeah, but buying you meals is crazy.
That never happened. There was one time the state of West Virginia took out a ton of money from my bank account, and I was waiting for.
All right, I'm gonna rectify this. I'll tell Kyle. I think he does hunt. I'm like, please send like a shitload of bison meat.
Yeah, if he's got
Yes.
something in a freezer.
All right,
Because
that's fair.
I'm gonna be eating meat all of July.
Yeah.
Love you guys.